Hello and welcome back, everybody, one more time here to the Sitrep podcast. Once more, we are Redcon 1 at the gaming table, and today I am joined by my friend Dylan, way over in Australia. Hello, Damon. Ooh, I'm sorry. Let's do that over again. Hello, Dylan. Sorry about that.
Hi,
And
Jim.
happy ANZAC Day. How you doing?
Doing very well. Doing good.
Okay. Okay, so because science teacher says that Dylan sounds fine, I'm not going to correct you on how you spelled Dylan because I just totally called him Damon because science teacher. We just won't worry about that. Um, Dylan, I apologize. People are mispronouncing your name. They're misspelling your name. Everything's going crazy today. All right. So, okay, ANZAC, I thought those were a tea or cookie. Oh my God, because science teacher, she's got jokes. Yes, that is correct. DYLAN. ANZAC, Jen, is more than a tea or cookie. I apologize for my entire nation right now. No, but in all seriousness, it is Australia, New Zealand Army Corps. Is that correct, Dylan? Am I getting that right?
Yes. Yep. That's it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Rob T says hello on YouTube. Oh, there he is. Cool. He was actually on before I was. Rob T, hello and welcome. Thank you for coming by our chat. All right, guys. So what we're looking at today here are the Australians in East Timor. So, obviously we had Dylan on our chat today. I did not know at the time that today was ANZAC Day. I will confess that. This is a fortuitous coincidence, to be perfectly honest. I was just saying, well, since poor Dylan had to play the Irish last time he was on our stream, by the way, I really apologize for that. Never pass up a chance to slam on the Irish. But because I think Dylan had to play the Irish last time he was on our stream, that was with the Irish Hussars in Desert Storm. Is that correct?
It was. Yep. Yep.
Cool. That we were actually going to play some Australians today here on our stream. We've done a bunch of Australian games before. We've done Australians in Valor and Victory versus the Taliban in 2006. But today I was like, you know what? Let's try out something a little bit more skirmish-based with our Sitrep Skirmish system that we originally developed for our 13 days to 13 hours project in 2019. So it's a very simple system. It's almost a little too simple. It's made just for fun, just for ease of streaming, and it's by no means very crunchy or anything nutty like that. So here we're looking at East Timor. It's the eastern half, surprisingly, of this island here. This is off of Australia's northwest coast. Formerly controlled entirely by Indonesia, and then I think it was in 1999, if I'm not mistaken on that. Dylan, if I say anything incorrect, please feel free to jump in and fix me on this. I am not an expert on this conflict at all. But I think it was 1999, Indonesia relinquished control partially over the island, and we have this independent state of East Timor set up over here on the eastern side of the island. It was not a very peaceful transition. There's always been a lot of unrest here, a lot of gang violence, a lot of pro-Indonesian militia that are still causing a lot of trouble here. And from what I understand, the ADF, or Australian Defense Force, has been back here several times since 1999. I think at least 3 times in total.
Yeah, there's been a couple of trips back, and I think a lot of mercy missions, like a lot of aid missions and that sort of thing. But yeah, they have been back a few times on security missions.
Absolutely. So, Elsar says 25 April yesterday. Well, it's still 25 April over here because LSR 2590 is ANZAC Day technically today or tomorrow? Right. So for us it's today, but where it really matters in Australia and New Zealand, obviously, it's technically yesterday, but it looks like today is the public holiday. Awesome. Cool. Check out both streams here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright guys, so the one I wanted to look at was the most recent that I could find. This is Operation Astute, which actually kicked off in 2006, kind of bled over into 2007, and from what I understand, wrapped up in early 2008. But at least according to the information I could find, and my research was super quick, super easy. It was one step above Wikipedia. It was just like, just enough to get the game going. what we're looking at specifically here, if we zoom in a little bit, we are looking for our boy here, Alfredo Ronaldo, or Renato, if I'm saying his name correctly. This was actually a member of the East Timor military, and he was actually spent several years training in Australia. This guy is not your typical insurgent. He was I mean, he's dead now, but at the time he was definitely not your normal, ass in the bush kind of a half-ass insurgent guy who learned everything he knew about warfare from watching Rambo movies. This guy was actually a pretty solid operator. Like I said, trained obviously in his own military, various exchange programs. Had trained several times in Australia. He was a pretty serious dude. Too bad he couldn't get along with anybody. He constantly clashed, sometimes even assaulted some of his superior officers. They sort of demoted him to a officer in the police force instead of the military. He didn't like that very much. There was an incident where he was supposed to fire on some pro-Indonesian militia or a mob or something like that. He refused to do it. So I don't know all the particulars or whatever, but eventually he just said the hell with it, and he wound up getting imprisoned. He escaped from imprisonment, and in the process of escaping, he had like 50 guys with him. They stole 2 trucks full of armed weapons and equipment, and they took off into these mountainous jungles here to the south. He was imprisoned here in Dili, if I'm saying that right, the capital city of this country. And after that he started a little, I don't want to say an insurgency, but he was definitely a renegade or a fugitive on the run. So this is going to come out in our game a little bit, where a lot of his guys are not actually insurgents in game terms. They will have slightly higher numbers than insurgents. They are actually regular soldiers. They're renegades, they're rebels. They're definitely operating outside the law or any kind of national command authority or anything like that, but they are trained soldiers. So word to the wise. It won't just be, half-ass insurgents who barely know, which end of the AK goes frontwards. So here is our map. What I'm trying to approximate here, or just kind of guess at, is a tiny village that is in the southern part of East Timor called, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, again, I apologize if I'm not, it's spelt just like the word same. I think it's pronounced Same or something like that. This was, you actually can find this on the web. They call it the Battle of Same. I think it's in March of 2007. It's right down here where this little red targeting icon is. This is where Renato actually holed up for a while. And after several missions, sweep and clears, and so on and so forth, the Australians were trying to find this guy. This is predominantly the Royal Australian SAS and also 4th Royal Australian Regiment Commando. We've used them before. That was the same unit that you played in the Australian versus Taliban game, the 4th RARC. There's definitely some pretty bad boys. And they're looking for this guy, and they actually found him here in Same. There was a big battle. 5 insurgents were killed, which is about what we'll probably see here, to be honest. However, Renato did escape. And then for a while, he was running around Pablo Escobar style out here in these mountainous jungles, while in communication with friends in the capital city, trying to make some sort of a plea deal, trying to make some kind of a, I'll come in, I'll surrender myself if you can guarantee me certain conditions. I'm not sure the particulars of how that eventually worked out. But then in 2008, he eventually was killed in some assassination attempts, so he didn't quite get rehabilitated or anything like that. Definitely an uncertain figure. When he was finally killed, his funeral was attended by several hundred people, so he wasn't... If he was a bad guy, he was a soldier who mutinied, so he's automatically a bad guy in my book. A soldier who can't obey orders doesn't need to be, wearing the uniform. I'm not sure what the conditions forced him to make that decision, but, quit. Don't take up arms against your own government. That's not what a soldier does. But at the same time, he seems to be a bit of an uncertain figure. There were some people who saw things from his perspective. But in today's game, what we're going to be looking at here is that raid on the village of, and again, Same, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So this is Same, sort of. We see here where we have a lot of elevation on the north side of the table. That's that mountain range. Again, this is on the southern slopes of those mountains that lead back toward the Pacific Ocean. And then down here, we got a bunch of buildings, a bunch of junk, and there will be two forces. In fact, let me go ahead and switch to the next page here. Here is the initial setup. There will be two forces here, guys who are his actual soldiers. Okay, so there's Renato himself. In fact, there's no L in his name. It's Renato, not Ronaldo. Okay. What was I going to say? All right, so these are actual former East Timorese regulars. They have regular numbers: 2d6s for assault carbines, 2d8s for assault rifles, 3d8s for light machine guns, and so on. These are actual soldiers. They're not operators. They're not special forces badasses like your guys, but they are soldiers. And then you'll see these guys that are yellow A's. These are ambivalents. So again, guys, we've also had some people in our Discord ask a lot more questions about how this game actually works. So if anyone's got any questions, let me know about how this game works. So there's 3 states of enemy militia. You can be a red H, which is hostile, a yellow A, which is ambivalent, or a green F, which is friendly. Enemy forces will totally change sides in this game. The militia is totally a Protean force, and there's a reason for that. Again, this is part of our 13 days to 13 hours project. So here is your force. These 8 guys, and this guy Meralda. So Meralda's job is to go in there and he's a Timorese national. He's a member of their military. He knows Renato and some of his people. He's loyal to the government, and he's here to offer a deal. He's here to offer a choice. He's basically the interpreter in our 13 days to 13 hours game. If you get adjacent to enemy forces with him, in particular, he can make a roll during the interpreter phase. He can talk to them. He knows them personally. He knows their families. He knows their wives and their kids. Their kids play soccer together. Who knows what? And he's like, look, I've got $1,000 here in this envelope for any man who will lay down his weapons and join us. Basically, you can get ambivalents to become friendlies. You can get hostiles to become ambivalents. And you can actually win the game that way. This Sitrep Skirmish system goes for, among other things, not only the complete asymmetrical balance. You're going to see how Terminator-like your guys are compared to these rabble that you're going to be going up against. Then again, you're also outnumbered more than 3 to 1, and you're not allowed to take more than 1 fatality. So that's one thing it definitely tries to go for. And the other thing is the non-kinetic aspect of modern warfare. It's not just about who you kill, it's about who you don't kill. The longer you can go in this game without actually pulling the trigger and actually starting a firefight, the better for you. Because the more gunfire and explosions there are on the table, the more enemy militia is going to get stirred up, and that jungle is going to come alive with some very pissed off people. That's basically how the game works. And again, if you've seen the game played before, you sort of picked up on that. That's the only part of the game that's even kind of complicated. The actual combat system is brute simple. It's very simple, and it was designed that way so that there was room for this more esoteric kind of a very non-kinetic sort of approach, where you're not just elite soldiers, you're also policemen, you're also diplomats, you're also all the things that we expect a lot of our modern soldiers to do in conflicts around the world. Meanwhile here, Novus Templar's joined us. How you doing, Novus Templar? Getting HK Ops vibes with this mission. That's actually not too far off, Novus Templar, I won't lie. So if you had to make like a scale of ranges, like Rise and Decline of the Third Reich is a huge global, game. You're playing either Hitler or Roosevelt or Churchill or Stalin, and then you click down to where you're like an army commander. You click down to where you're a corps commander. You click down to where you're a division commander. You click down to where you're in brigade. Okay, now you're in panzer leader. You click down where you're in battalion. You're in small panzer leader. You click down to where you're in company. Now you're playing Valor and Victory. You click down where you're playing Flames of War, then Battle Group, then Bolt Action. Finally, you come down to this game where you're basically playing one step above an RPG. You are one step above an RPG. The only war game smaller scale than this would probably be HK Ops, which technically is not a role-playing game. Or I'm sorry, it's technically not a war game. It's a role-playing game. So I've got my my regular setup here according to the rules. One of the things that Ronaldo is going to try and do is escape off the table edge. It's okay if he does. He escaped historically, so if he does escape, it's not automatic loss. But if he does escape, you're allowed to take even fewer losses. So definitely try to capture him. You can enter in from any table edge because your guys were fast roped helo inserted, earlier in the day. So that's why there's a Blackhawk on the table. The Blackhawk probably won't make an appearance on the table, but this is how your guys got here. And you can approach from any table side. Or multiple table sides if you want to split up your force. There's one guy in your force that has an assault shotgun. We have rules for that. So here's the important part. Renato cannot leave the building that I am in. So I'm playing the insurgents. Renato cannot leave the building he is in until turn 3. This prevents me from literally just setting up on the edge of the table and then immediately leaving. That's, beyond cheesy. So I'm in a central building. I cannot set up within 6 hexes of a table edge for Renato himself. He cannot leave the building until turn 3. Until then, he's standing his ground. He was a legitimate, fighter. So he's not going to bolt immediately. Also, again, that makes for a cheesy game. Until then, he can move around inside the building that he's in, but he cannot bolt for a table edge until turn 3. Again, it's not completely a game loss if he escapes, but it would help. I do have to escape on foot. There are vehicles on the table. I cannot escape using a vehicle because there is an Australian SH-60 Blackhawk on station. If I try to cruise down one of these roads, he's just going to machine gun me off the road. So I have to escape into the jungle on foot. So your victory condition, your mission is you have to eliminate the entire enemy force. And by eliminate the entire force, you have to remove all the H-aligned figures. That should read figures. Does that mean you have to shoot everybody to death? It means you have to shoot some people to death and talk to some other people. If there's ever a point in the game where there are no red H's on the table, all insurgents are either yellow A, ambivalent, or green F, friendlies. Boom, you win the game. The firefight's over. Other special rules here are the Australian player is not... Okay. You also must try to capture Renato alive. This happens if Renato is eliminated by one of your snipers only. You have 2 snipers. Only your snipers are allowed to shoot at Renato because you're trying to take him alive. And your snipers go for a leg shot or something like that. In fact, you are not allowed to fire an explosive weapon. You have 2 explosive weapons into a hex with Renato in it. You're just not allowed to do it. It's rules of engagement. Whatever hex Ronaldo is in, any units that are in there with him are immune to interpreter checks. So when you're right next to the boss, you're not likely to switch sides when the boss is literally right there. Again, you win if you eliminate all H figures off the table while taking no more than 1 fatality themselves. You're allowed to take a second fatality if you can capture Renato. And that's basically it. So any questions about the mission?
No, it seems pretty straightforward.
All right, yeah. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I do apologize for the slight technical thing here. Go away, please. There we go. All right, get that out of here. Alrighty, so I should have had that turned on before the stream. Sorry about that, everybody. But we have 1 hostile fire team. Again, the hostiles right now are former Timorese regulars. We have a second one here. We have a third one here. That's where Renato is himself. That's him right there. And then there's a 4th one down here. Everybody else is ambivalent. These are the gang members that Renato is sort of collecting around him. Gang violence was a huge thing, probably still is a huge thing in this country. These guys are not exactly reliable soldiers. That's why they're all marked as yellow A's. There's a whole bunch more of them up here, and there's one more group of them down here. Okay? Oh, there's one more group there in the city. They will not fire at you. They are not hostile until you make them hostile, or until certain things happen on the street events table, and we'll get into that when we start talking about the turn sequence. But if you get a guy adjacent to him, specifically your interpreter, if you get your interpreter adjacent to him and you make a roll during the interpreter phase, it's a pretty easy roll too. So there's one roll to turn a yellow A into a green F. That's pretty easy. Then there's a roll to turn a hostile red H into a yellow A. That roll's a lot tougher, but it's still very possible. But a red H never turns instantly to a green F. You have to get them ambivalent first. Yeah, all those yellow A's are potential allies, depending on how you approach the situation. All right. So, let's talk about the turn sequence. Again, because people in Discord were asking about how this game actually works. Okay, so the first step in any game is in any turn of this game is to determine the threat level. This is the threat tracker, right down here. Okay, this is the agitation level of the battle space. This is usually in a civilian town, in a civilian city. Here it's technically a civilian village. There's lots of they're armed civilians, but they're still civilians. All those yellow A's running around. Okay. Sitrep Podcast has joined us. Hello, Sitrep Podcast. Welcome to the stream. We're going to see if Dylan can do well by his countrymen here. No pressure. On ANZAC Day of all things. And not get blown to pieces against Timorese rebels. So the first thing is you determine this threat level. Whatever the current threat level, this thing moves obviously, whatever current threat level it is, you look into a number of modifiers based on what happened last turn. You roll a dice, and sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it stays the same. This threat level applies a modifier to the street event table. That is step 2, roll street events. Roll street events. These are things that can happen. And you apply a modifier on a single d6. That modifier can be plus or minus 2 in extreme circumstances. That's why the number goes from -1 to 8. And that's where you determine what happens. People can just spontaneously switch sides. New friendlies can show up. Okay, this guy Ronaldo has enemies in the jungle. He hears gunfire. These guys hear gunfire coming out of this encampment. Random friends might just show up. Hey, we're on your side, guys. Point us to where he's at. We'll get him for you. It's pretty unlikely, but stuff like that could happen. And again, a combination of this threat tracker and the street event table is what handles that. Okay. The modifiers that are in your control, Dylan, to keep this from happening, to keep this, you're trying to keep it as high as possible. You want quiet. You want serene. It would be a boring game, but a perfect game for you, which is pretty much impossible, but a perfect game would see you capture Ronaldo without a single shot being fired. Good luck with that. But mathematically, it would also be a very boring stream for our audience, but you want to keep this as high as possible. That applies this, again, a +1 or a +2 modifier to this table, which is where all the good things happen for you, as opposed to the lower end of the table where all the bad things happen for you. A -1 gets applied to that roll. Again, you want it to be as low as possible for if nobody fired last turn. Or I'm sorry, you want it to be as high as possible, sorry. So you get a -1 if you did fire last turn, so you get a bonus for not firing, whether or not any explosions happen, whether you had a successful interpreter check, and so on. So again, this is modern warfare, where you have to do as much, diplomacy as actual gunplay. Okay, so then we find out what's actually happening. If any ambivalent vehicles are on the table, we move them. If any ambivalent pedestrians are on the table, we move them. I'll show you everybody how that works. Basically, when a force is still yellow A ambivalent, nobody controls them. So they move almost randomly, and I'll explain how that part works. Hostile vehicles move. We don't really have any vehicles in this game, so don't worry about any of these vehicle turns. Hostile pedestrians then move. Then operators move. Interpreter checks happen, medic checks happen if anybody was wounded, operators fire with small arms. Notice that operators move second and shoot first. That is very, very deliberate. You have huge advantages, obviously, in quality of troops and tactical, all kinds of tactical and doctrinal and training bonuses. This game is heavily slanted in your favor. Except you have to capture a guy alive, and you're only allowed to take one fatality. So again, asymmetrical wargame. Then the militia shoot back. If anyone's in the same hex, we have close combat. We do bleed out checks for people who are wounded, and then we check to see if anyone was. We see if the game is actually still going on or not. We check the victory conditions and see if the game ends or not. And that is the basics there for the turn sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and set up another tab here for turn 1. How long have we been streaming for? Because we're now ready to finally start playing here. What's our uptime? All right. A little longer than I'd hoped. I'm trying to get to the game a little faster than sometimes, but or a little faster than we usually do. But I will get a quick drink here. Man, it's very hot in my office today. Okay, so here we are on turn 1. Mr. Dillon, I will try to zoom out so you can see the entire map easily. Can I get to 18, please? 19 seems to work. That's pretty much the whole map there. Okay, so there's effectively the whole map. Okay, you see where everybody's at. How is that possible? There are drones, there are satellites. You see where everybody's at. Your special forces. One of your guys is carrying a radio or whatever. And now you get to come in from any table edge. One thing I did kind of forget is to go over your forces. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've got one squad of 2 teams of 4. I have 2 teams of, I have double forces here. It doesn't matter to me. Does it matter to you what guys you play with? These guys have bush hats. These guys don't.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter to me.
All right, cool.
No.
We'll stick with these guys with the floppy bush hats. This is what I see in most of the photos, especially with SAS and 4th RARC.
Yeah, since Korea, it's pretty much just been pretty standard for any jungle stuff, yeah.
All right. This camouflage scheme is an approximation of the camouflage schemes I'm seeing in all the photos. So we try to go with pretty accurate descriptions here. I'm not sure if they wear big Australian flags on their shoulders. I just like color on my miniatures, so sue me. All right, Jameson is your team leader. He's carrying an assault carbine. He rolls 2d10 on his attack dice. Then we have one of your snipers, Latham. He rolls a d12 plus 1. Now the first number is kind of your rate of fire. The second number is how accurate or deadly the bullet is. So he rolls 1, but it's a d12 plus 1. He's gonna hit what he's aiming at. Another thing, the second number, the size of the bullet, so to speak, is also the range in hexes. So with that one dice code, you pretty much get everything that you need to know about this guy and his weapon. Latham, again, carries a sniper rifle, d12 plus 1. Nathan carries a saw, M249 saw. He gets 4d8s. Not as accurate, but he lays down a lot of lead. Then we get Mr. Collins here, who is carrying an M4 assault carbine, American supplied. However, notice the star. He's got a grenade launcher under there. He rolls 1d10, and almost like Panzer Blitz artillery, it affects everything in the hex. Again, please note that Collins and Dayburn are not allowed to fire their grenade launcher into the hex. Into the hex where Ronaldo is standing, because you're trying to take him alive.
Yep.
The second team is basically a duplication. It's just different guys. And then you have a 9th guy. Again, that's your criminal informant slash your interpreter. He's not really a criminal informant, not really an interpreter. He does speak the native language, obviously. This guy knows personally Ronaldo himself and a lot of people that are fighting for him. He's like, guys, it's not too late. Calm down. Take the money. You know, our kids play soccer together. Just calm down and relax. Just either put your weapons down or join our side, and they'll try to make a deal. All right. So, again, now that we're back to where we started. Did you have any thoughts about what side of the table you wanted to come in at, or?
I was thinking I'd come in at the bottom and sweep up from the bottom.
Okay, is that for both teams or one team, or it's totally up to you?
I think one team was going to come on in. I can't see the hex numbers. And one team will come in the south, and one team will come in the west.
Okay, cool. The team, which team is the interpreter with?
He'll be with the team in the south.
Cool. I was hoping you'd say that. All right, yeah, I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in so you can see what's going on here. But I just want to get like the big picture sort of set up.
Yeah.
So Sitrep Podcast is mentioning our T-shirts. Hell yeah, man! I have a sneak peek on the photo on those. Our new T-shirts with our new logo.
No, I can recommend the merch. I'm using a Sitrep mug right now. It's great.
Yeah, I still have my Sitrep mug. I've got 3 of the old Sitrep T-shirts. Obviously, I'm going to like the new ones better because I know the guy who designed the logo. He's kind of a jackass, but he's not bad. But in all seriousness, as far as like the quality, because a lot of times when you get like T-shirts from people, it's like you put it through the dryer once and the logo falls off, or it's not like that, guys. Seriously. Okay, so the team coming in from the south. Did we have any idea about what letter of the alphabet they wanted to come in at? So it starts with A, B, C, D, E. If you're able to read that a little bit better.
I think they're going to come in about Q or R.
All right, cool. So they're going to use this jungle cover. Cool.
Yep.
All right, so and then we'll get to the other team when we come to it. Okay, so we're going to go through the rules or through the turn sequence kind of, I don't want to say tediously, but we're going to go through it and go through all the motions because, again, we've got some people who are interested in this game and they're asking me for the rules. And I'm like, the rules are not written, not even close. This is a very niche game for a certain type of purpose here. Okay, so it's a brand new game. Or it's a first turn of a brand new game. So nothing happened last turn. Obviously, there was no last turn. So we're going to skip the determined threat level and the roll street events table. No ambivalent vehicle move, no pedestrian move because they don't know the battle's on yet. We're going to go straight to, long story short, we're going to go straight to operator pedestrian move. The game starts at the middle of the table. The game starts at tense. Okay, all these rebels have heard those Blackhawks. They know something's coming. So it's tense is the current status of the board. Okay, what you do from now on, the more you just go in here guns blazing is the short answer. The more you go in here just guns blazing, grenade launchers blowing up buildings, trying to do a Rambo 2 reenactment here, the worse that's going to get. You're going to kill some people, and I'm not saying it's a bad strategy, but you're going to manufacture enemies almost as fast as you can kill them. Or you can go in here super James Bond style, sneak and peek, make friends along the way, try to build up your forces until actual gunfire starts. You might actually even surprise and, knife some of these guys without causing a fuss or whatever and, progress that way. Sooner or later, it's going to go loud. I'm pretty positive. But again, for now, as the lower impact that you can keep this, the lower profile that you can keep as you make your incursion, the longer you can keep the game quiet, the insertion quiet, the better it's going to be. So movement rules. How do pedestrians move? Guys, movement in Sitrep Skirmish system is the easiest movement system you will ever run across because of the way the map for the first game was originally designed. There was no way in hell I was going to try and design the original map, which was like 4 square miles of downtown Benghazi. Tree for tree, bush for bush, building for building, car for car, dumpster for dumpster. Hell no. Every single hex has terrain in it. Even these open hexes, they've got folds in the ground that you can use and things like that. So picture this. The movement in this game is very simple. Pedestrians move 3 hexes. That's pretty much it. You move 3 hexes, you get no cover bonus. If you want to move 2 hexes, you can take the concealed bonus, which gives you a +1 on your defense dice. We'll explain how that works when we come to an actual combat sequence. If you only move 1 hex, you can take the covered bonus, which means that you can roll your defense dice twice and take the best of those 2 rolls. If you don't move at all, you can take covered and concealed. You basically spent the turn digging in and camouflaging yourself. You now roll defense dice twice, add 1 to both results, and pick the best of those numbers. So yeah, you become pretty tough to hit if you take the cover and concealment bonus. But again, you're also going to be not moving very much. Okay? So for now, we'll just say that you're coming in R15. Is that okay?
Yep, that works.
Is everybody in the same hex?
Yeah, I'll put them all in the same hex for now.
Cool. Yeah, the hexes are about 100 feet across, guys. Turn is about a minute. So, then again, hold on. That's the scale in the original system. These buildings would be huge. Let's say the scale here is like 30 feet per hex. But still, the long story short is there's no stacking limit. Okay, so you move into hex R15. That is 1 movement point. How are you going to do the rest of your movement for this fire team?
All right, so I'll go R14 and then S14.
All right, cool. So 1, 2, 3. Cool. Yep. There's no cover, no concealment because you used all 3 of your movement points. But that's okay. You are adjacent to ambivalence. Ambivalence will never fire at you until something happens to make them hostile.
Yep.
Right now, they're not your friends. They're not your enemies. They're just gang members, basically. You walked in on them, they were shooting craps in the corner. All right, we're playing poker or who knows what. Over here to this fire team, how are they coming in?
They will come in. So I'm just waiting for a bit. Oh, there it is. Ooh, don't want to do that. They'll come in A14.
Alpha 14. Martin has joined us from the Hobby Lodge. How you doing, Martin? You're here to see some Australian Special Forces get the shit kicked out of them. All right, so A14. Okay, and then they have potentially 3 movement points, depending on how stealthy you want to be.
Yep.
Now, again, they're going to move. The enemy has technically already moved. Again, they didn't know the battle was started yet. However, next turn, they're going to move. So, yeah, there are hostiles pretty close. And they move 3 hexes, too. So, it's up to you.
Yep. I'll go B13, C14.
1, 2, 3. Okay, you still move 3 hexes, so no cover bonus. 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. All right, yeah, movement's pretty quick because again, there's not many operators on the table. Okay, that was operator pedestrian. Jesus Christ, pedestrian move is what that should say. Next phase is interpreter checks. Oh no! Let me check the table and see if your interpreter is next to any potential enemy forces. Yes, he is. He's right there. Okay, so let me go back here to the rules, which apparently I have hidden. That was smart. That's the old chart. I don't want that. Unhide. Hide again. Uncover. Unhide. Come on, come on. Where the hell? Oh my god. Is this where you tell me that? What the deuce? Where the hell are my... Oh boy. Alright, hold on, guys. What the hell did I do with those charts? These are the old charts. I don't know what the hell happened to my new charts, but that's okay. Construction, game map. They should be right here. Oh, that sucks. Oh, no worries. I won't worry about it now. At least for this old chart should work. Oh, that's very annoying. But no worries for right now. +4 for ambivalent, unknown to friendly. 5+ for hostile to ambivalent. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I know this is not what everybody came out to the... Oh, God. Hold on, guys. I somehow have lost a page of charts. Sitrep Skirmish game, Iraq 1991. Let me open up this old game and I'll just port the charts over and it should fix most of it. I can't believe I somehow lost track of this. Charts. Thank you. Okay, the only change here is this. 3, 4. 4. Alright, sorry about this, guys. This will fix it. I think I just accidentally deleted it. The new updated charts. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check I didn't change that. So you have to roll 1d6, a 4+ to change a whole hex from ambivalent to friendly, a 5+ to change a hostile hex to ambivalent. Obviously here we are looking at a changing an ambivalent hex, as soon as I can find them. An ambivalent hex to from a hex of ambivalent militia to friendly militia. Okay, so you kind of creep in through the other side of the house. They're all pointing their guns at you. You're like, hold on, hold on, hold on. Your boy says, he kind of gets out in front. He says, I got a whole envelope full of, brand new Australian dollars here. Do you want to, maybe join our side, or what do you say? All right, so at your convenience statement, roll 1d6. You're looking for a 4-up.
Sure. 5.
Cool. You just made some friends. Temporary and disloyal as they may be. Because friendly militia can switch back to ambivalent. But for now, these guys work for you. Oh no. Good job. Alright, that concludes the interpreter phase. No one's been wounded yet, so there's no medic check. Operator small arms. I don't think you want to shoot at anybody. Unless you want to shoot at your new militia friends.
No, I think I'm good.
That's the only line of sight I really see so far. Militia small arms, they don't really see you yet. Close combat, nobody's in the same hex with an enemy force. Bleed out check, no one's been wounded yet. Victory check, we've barely started. Cool, so that's the end of turn 1. Which admittedly was kind of half a turn. But now with turn 2, we're going to actually go through the whole turn sequence the way it's really supposed to go. Because now there has been a previous turn. Before we get started in that, we will go ahead and check Mr. Chat. Because Sitrep Podcast asks, who is going to win, Dylan or Jim? Well, we'll see. We shall see. So far, Dylan's not doing too bad. He's already got one little street gang on his side so far. Again, welcome very much, Martin. Thanks for coming by our stream. Oh, hello, James Cuts on YouTube. How you doing? Did I just hear merch? Says James Cuts. Hell yeah, man. We are working on the new line of t-shirts for better prices. Cool. I will close that window because that's annoying. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. Sweet. Okay, so this time we're going to actually go through the turn sequence the way it's supposed to be. Determine threat level. Let's determine the threat level. How pissed off is this village right now? Not going to be very, because you've made no real noise yet, you haven't killed anybody yet, and you've made some friends. If anything, you're throwing a little bit of money around. So that's going to be good news for you. So determine threat level. We're going to go ahead and apply these modifiers. Gunfire, operator gunfire last turn. There was none. That -1 modifier does not apply. -1 for any explosions on the street. Nope. -1 for operator currently on a good street. Are you on any road hex? Nope. So that does not apply. Basically, if you just start cruising down the main street with guns drawn, the villagers are going to notice and they're going to get pissed off. But none of those negative modifiers apply to you. In fact, oh man, +2 for a successful interpreter check and +1 for no operator gunfire next turn. All right, this is going to be a 2d6 roll, and you get to add a +3 to the result.
Very good. hex.
And this is,
Gotta
for
sort through
people
these
who watch
dice.
later, this is this equation up here.
Seven.
7 becomes 10, so 9 to 12, it gets one better. The street, or the village in this case, just went from tense to quiet. That means that you're going to add a +1 modifier to a single d6 roll on the street event table. Let's see if anything happens. Roll 1d6, add 1 to the result, please.
It's a 5. Becomes a 6.
Oh my god! 1 hex of militia becomes more friendly operator chooses.
Oh.
So any hex on the table except for Ronaldo's hex. Because Ronaldo, again, is immune to interpreter checks. Somebody somewhere just became more friendly. So you can turn some hostiles into ambivalence, or you can turn some ambivalence into friendlies.
I think the guys in what's that, W6, 7?
Yep.
Yep, that one there. I think they're going to become more friendly.
Alright, so these guys say, I mean, it sounded like a good idea when we all escaped from prison, but the government's offering amnesty, and they're throwing around money on top of that. I don't know, man. That Ronaldo guy always was kind of an asshole. And by the way, I'm not just saying that. Reading about the guy, he was like constantly getting in fistfights and, punching people. He wasn't terribly popular sometimes. All right, so these guys will no longer fire at you, and technically I no longer control them 100%. So now Dylan is using a non-kinetic approach to chew away at my force, diffusing the firefight before it gets started. So now we've done determined threat level. We've done roll street events. Ambivalent vehicle move. There is no ambivalent vehicles. You go to ambivalent pedestrians. Okay, so there are some ambivalent troops running around. So I'm just going to go row by row so I don't miss any. I'm going to start with I-7. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. This is the Iraq game. Close that, please. Don't save. Cool. Now I go over here to my dice tray. I need to get my new dice tray, by the way. I need to make a new dice tray with our new logo. All right, so odds, evens. Odds that ambivalent hex works for you. Odds is a 3. So where, if anywhere, do you want the guys in hex India 7 to move?
I want them to move pretty much 3 hexes north.
Just get them out of the way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the guys here in Kilo 2. They work for you as well.
They're going to stay put.
Okay, if you move them north, they do leave the game.
I can get them off the table?
Yeah.
Okay, oh, cool. Yeah, in that case, I'll move them off, yeah.
You're literally just getting civilians out of harm's way. I mean, they're armed civilians, but still. Get the hell out of here. All right, Hex in, Ambivalence and Hex Lima 3. Let me roll for them. 5, god damn. They work for you as well.
They'll do the same thing. Yeah, they'll.
1, 2, 3. There's technically still kind of clinging
Still
to
there.
the map there.
Yep.
Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, these guys here in Papa 3. Come on, don't give me 4 odd numbers in a row. 2, finally.
Ooh.
These guys here in the crossroads, Quebec 10. They work for me as well. Ronaldo leans out the window. Hey, Vato! I'm making him Hispanic now. I shouldn't do that. Get your ass back in the street. Back inside. 1, 2, 3. They're in that little courtyard.
It would have been Portuguese.
Yeah, it's true.
East Timor is pretty Portuguese, yeah. So pretty close.
Portuguese would be their... a lot of the names sounded very, I don't want to say Hispanic, but yeah, borderline Brazilian, which, again, another Portuguese-speaking country. Makes sense. Like Ronaldo, Alfredo Ronaldo, that doesn't look like a guy, it doesn't sound like a name from the Pacific. It sounds like somebody you might meet in Rio de Janeiro.
Yep.
Name-wise. Okay, and we got one more group here. The guys that used to work for me, now they might not work for me, over here in Whiskey 7. 5, they work for you. The guys in that little garage, that little construction garage.
They're going to go east.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and desert into the jungle. They emptied out the all the beer that was in the cooler here. I guess the UN was going to come here, was going to come in here and build a school. We got like a little construction area set up. Obviously, they haven't started building anything yet. I think that was all our ambivalence. Cool. We'll now go to hostile vehicle move again. We're kind of leaving vehicles out of this game. And now to hostile pedestrian move. I can't move Ronaldo out of the building yet. So I'm just going to move my hostiles around. What few I have left, because you've already stolen one of my fire teams. By the way, everybody, shh, listen. Did you hear that? Somewhere in the world, Gaz is laughing at me right now. I did that to like 2 of Gaz's fire teams and a technical once in the Benghazi game. He hasn't spoken to me since. My interpreter just rolled up to him and said, "You guys are on our side now." Okay. Just threw out a suitcase full of $100 bills. Alright, that's it for my hostile pedestrian move. We now go to operator pedestrian move, which, yes, does include your new street gang buddies there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, when they're green, they work for you. You fire them, you move them. They're crap troops. Because they have like militia defense factors and so on, but yeah, they make nice human shields. Let's put it that way.
I'll move the unit of special forces.
Okay, down here in the south.
Yep, into Q14.
All right. That is only 2 hexes of movement. 1,
Yep.
2, which means they now, because they're taking their time and they're being slow. So annoying. Are you serious? There they are. Damn it. You get the conceal bonus. Sweet. Is the interpreter going with them?
No, the interpreter won't go with them. No.
Okay. Is the interpreter moving anywhere?
Yep, he'll move to S12.
Come on. Jeez, what the hell, man? Ugh. Nothing's ever simple. S12. Where the hell is S12? Okay, 1, 2. He'll also be concealed because he only moved 2 hexes.
Yep.
Okay, and how about your new buddies?
They're going to go to R12.
He would get the concealed movement, except this guy's wearing a bright red shirt like an idiot in the jungle, so he doesn't get the concealed bonus. These are leftovers from the 13 days to 13 hours project. We had a lot of fun with some of the more creative shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where Croatian soccer club fan.
Yeah, a lot of
he's out here somewhere.
Jerseys.
Yeah, he's out here somewhere. You see a bunch of red and white checkers. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, there he is. Okay, you've got these guys who are in a lot less friendly neighborhood over here to the southwest.
Yes.
This is Richie's team.
Ooh. kind of want to go into F12, but that's pretty open. So I think I'll go into move up into C12.
Charlie 12, got it. 1, 2. Stop moving the map, man. All right, cool. That will complete operator movement.
Yep.
Interpreter checks. You are not next to anybody new.
Nope.
Medic checks fine. Operator small arms. Not entirely sure you have line of sight on anybody.
Yeah.
Well, you do, but I doubt you want to take it. Oh, no, that's blocked. No. Hell no. No, because of G12. These guys are blocked by the other building hexes. These guys are blocked by Oscar 9. I'm just checking all the lines of sight, making sure nothing's terribly obvious. Those guys are blocked by Quebec 13. A lot of them are close, but I don't think there's any line of sight at the moment.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. If we have established there are no lines of sight between operators and rebels, therefore there are no lines of sight vice versa. Rebels versus operators. So there's no militia, there's no close combat, there's no bleed out, there's no victory check. That's the end of the turn.
Cool.
Oh no. The silent incursion continues. Cue the, what's that movie? It's an old movie, but it's got a pretty fun soundtrack. The Proof of Life movie. The soundtrack's available on YouTube. It's the music I would be playing right now if I wasn't afraid of getting a copyright ping. It's like literally like it's a movie about, you know, rescuing people out of the jungle. Okay, so turn 3. We begin by determining threat level. Okay, it looks like you get a +1 for no operator gunfire last turn. So I'll tell you what, you rolled last time, I'll roll this time.
Sure.
I have to add a +1 to this roll. For me, it's actually a penalty because I'm looking for a low roll here. Okay, that 7 becomes an 8, unfortunately for me. However, 6 to 8, as we see up here, remain stable. So the overall mood of the village is still quiet. That means that +1 modifier still applies to this 2 dice roll down here. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. I'm going to roll as low as I can. However, it's still quiet, so I have to try and keep the the overall mood, the quiet mood of the village works against me. I want things as agitated as possible. You want things as quiet as possible. Oh my God, 11. Oh, fuck. What am I doing? Why am I rolling 2 dice? Sorry, 1 dice. 1 dice.
I just understand, like, what the hell?
Sorry. 1 dice, add 1 to the result. I'm an idiot. Damn it, another 6. All right, take another one of my squads. Son of a bitch.
Lovely.
So, yeah, again, 6. 1 hex of militia becomes more friendly. That should read operator chooses. Right now it has GRS. Well, this game was strictly Benghazi specific. But yeah, another hex becomes more friendly. You're taking away my whole army, man.
I'll do the ones in F11.
Foxtrot 11. Where is Foxtrot 11? Oh no, these guys. They're like, guys, did you hear that? I think there's some SAS guys in the shithouse out here. Maybe we should become ambivalent. Suddenly we're not so serious about... Oh man, this sucks. Guys, I'm sorry if this is going to be a boring stream, but hey, Dylan's making all the right moves. Damn it. He may win this game almost without firing a shot. Okay, that is the street events table. God damn it to hell. Roll street events, ambivalent moves. Okay, so we're going to start off with these guys, because I always work my way from left to right. They work for me. They just got a call on the radio. Ronaldo's like, come on over here, it's time to have a talk about sticking with the faith. He's going to give him the cane talk from Command and Conquer. Okay, we have another group up here in India 4. Let's see who they work for. 2, they work for me. Pretty much they just reverse what they just did. Because at least for this turn, they have a new boss. Alright, that's those 2. We have a group here in Mike 5. They work for you. These guys here by the white truck.
Cool. They're just going to go north.
Oh, we missed one group up there, but we'll come back to them. Okay, this group here that's in Lima 0, basically. Let's see if they stay in the battle area. Odds, they work for me. Awesome. Come back. Don't leave yet. 1, 2, 3. Here, hang out by the Jeep. There's a bottle of tequila under the passenger seat. There you go. Have some fun. Alright, this group here in the courtyard in November 8. They work for you.
They're going to go into P10.
These poor ambivalents. We just came from here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. We have some more guys over here to the extreme east. Zulu 7. Come on, man. Do it. Sweet. Saved him. Okay, we now go to hostile movement. Hostile movement. Right, because we're done with ambivalence. We now go to hostile pedestrian move. We're now on turn 3. My boy can leave the building if he wants. Actually, let me get him adjacent. 1, 2. He'll be concealed now. He's now adjacent to ambivalence. He's going to try to make them hostile. He has the same role you do. He's basically an enemy interpreter. Only Ronaldo can do this. He's like, God damn it, guys, I paid you to come out here and protect me. What the hell's going on? A 4-up makes them hostile. A 1, he fails. Okay, that's the bad news. The good news, sort of, is that he only moved 2 hexes, so he gets the conceal bonus. Okay, Ronaldo is on the run. Other hostile movement. They moved. Good grief, I only have 2 freaking fire teams left. God damn, Dylan. This is the last time I ever let you play on my stream, man. It's one thing to beat me at the game. You won't even let me play. Okay, over to... no, I'm just kidding, obviously. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Over to your pedestrian movement while I check Mr. Chat.
Alrighty.
Ambivalent Ping Pong says because science teacher. Yeah, basically everyone's yelling at them right now. They're very confused. Facebook says, ATX Mini says, hey, you guys are live. Love the show. First time, long time. Cool. Thanks very much. I'm glad you're with us. Tears of the Sun. Yes, Tears of the Sun had some awesome music. Anything by Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer has a very specific time period, say 1995 to 2007. Once The Dark Knight comes out, Hans Zimmer gets a little lazy. But up until then, I definitely like him. So who is going to win? Shooting time? Because, Sitrep Podcast, Dylan is being very non-kinetic. He's being very modern war with his approach. So no actual gunfire yet. But that's kind of the way it's supposed to be. We're definitely playing. He's already taken away half my force, and he's done it without pulling the trigger once. This is a non-kinetic insertion, or incursion, I should say. This is totally how it's supposed to be. So, guys, if you expect modern war to look like an episode of Rambo, it doesn't go like that. You know, if the perfect game would be not a shot fired, at least for the operator player. They want to go in there. They don't want to piss off half the country. They're trying to win hearts and minds. They're not trying to kill a bunch of civilians. They want to go in here, hit the target, or even capture the target. They're not allowed to kill them. They want to go in here. They want to take out the target, and then they just want to, get out of there without shooting up a bunch of civilians, and just as bad, without taking any losses themselves. So far, he's definitely winning. He's definitely winning. What else is going on here? So because Science Teacher says Jim has had a win and a tie lately, so I predict that Dylan will win. Well, actually, Jim has had 2 wins and a draw, because the other win has not been published yet. But yeah, I've been doing really well with Arab Israeli Wars lately. Surprise, surprise. It's one of my favorite games ever. Although Dylan did fight me to a draw. Dylan, I keep getting mixed up. Damon did fight me to a draw last Sunday. So, that's definitely not nothing. Cool. I'm just checking out Mr. Chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. Cool. Awesome. Because Science Teacher says go loud. It hasn't happened yet. Trust me, I want there to be gunfire. There needs to be gunfire. I just can't really shoot at anything yet. Okay, so sorry. Let's go back over to your pedestrian movement, Mr. Dillon.
Yep. So starting in the west.
Yep.
The guys there are going to move into E10.
Okay, I am going to see you do that. 1, 2, 3. There's now a line of sight.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, so we were just saying in the chat, go loud. We just went loud. I saw you do that. I can take opportunity fire now at a -1 penalty to myself. You moved. Wait, where were you?
I moved 3.
Okay, yeah. So you've lost the conceal bonus. Or I can take my full firepower, but you fire first. So I'm going to have to fire now vis-a-vis opportunity fire. Basically panic fire now, because I don't think any of my guys are going to live long enough to fire if I let those 4 guys take their full fire phase at me. It's just not going to happen. So they're going to go ahead and take their fire now, although again at a -1 penalty. All right, so get out some D10s for your defense dice. You get D10s, I get D8s for my regulars. My militias get D6s. So we finally do have some gunplay here. Let me go ahead and put on my other music track, or not music track, my other soundtrack. Oh my God! Sorry guys. Oh, everything's broken. So annoying. Sorry about that, guys. All I wanted to do was change tracks, and of course it turned into a major kerfuffle. Make sure it still looks okay. Alright, we're zoomed in a little much, so you're seeing a little bit of the frame there, but no worries. Time to meet your maker, says Sitrep Podcast. Alright, let's do it. Alright, I've got 2 AKs in there. Make that, 2 AKs that roll 2d8s apiece. I have an AKSU, carbine that rolls 2d6, and then I have an RPD for my base of fire. He rolls 3d8. So here comes. Who am I going to shoot at? I'm going to shoot at Rich C. Now I'm going to dude, it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to roll for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, clockwise. 3. I'm shooting everything at their squad leader. I'm shooting everything at Richie. All right, Richie, you're taking this fire. First of all, 2d8s. I have to subtract 1 from. I'm putting both of them on you. So here we go. All right, the best roll I had was a 6, which becomes a 5. Roll 1d10 and try to beat a 5.
Okay. 7.
Okay, that bullet missed you. Okay, next guy rolls 2d8s. Again, I'm minusing 1 for opportunity fire. Oh god, a 2. Just tie or beat a 2. Basically, just don't roll a 1.
4.
God bless. The AKSU guy gets 2d6.
Alrighty.
There we go. A 5 is
Ooh.
my best roll.
Alright.
Adjusted.
10.
Damn it. Alright, now my big gun, my RPD. Come on, give me 1 hit. This whole squad's about to get wiped out. A 5 is the best one.
2.
That's a hit. Alright, cool. Finally. Alright, so guys, you take the best roll, and you take your dice pool, and you roll that many dice. You take the best one. The enemy rolls his defense dice. He applies any modifiers. Here he had no modifiers because he just literally sprinted into that hex. I did score 1 hit on Richie. That may or may not be anything because he's wearing God's own body armor and everything else. So we're gonna see what actually happens with that.
I like that system. I'm getting force on force flashbacks.
Yes, it is. There's a lot taken. Now, what this 3d8 could have done is he could have said, I want to try and pin down that whole stack. I'm going to put 1d8 on this guy, 1d8 on this guy, 1d8 on that guy. You can totally declare that. Here, I was trying to score at least 1 hit, and actually have something happen here. Okay, so time for a d6 roll to see if I actually do anything. Come on, dice. Before this stream gets friggin' embarrassing. Damn it! No effect. Alright, so one big difference between the rebels and the operators is they get the wound table. So technically, Richie has some Hollywood bleeding going on. The wound glanced off of his armor. He might have a little bit of a sexy scar to brag about at the pub next week, but it's not going to slow him down game effect wise. It is technically a wound, but it doesn't have any game effect. As opposed to an actual one of these rebels or insurgents, as soon as they get hit at all, they become combat ineffective. And it's because they get scared easy. They don't have military training. When they get hit, they quit. They either run away or they surrender or whatever. As soon as they start bleeding, the battle's over for them. Whereas trained operators will tough their way through that. Potentially. Now, if I had rolled a 6, that bullet went right through his brain pan. He literally never heard the shot that killed him. A 5 would have had him incapacitated. A 3 or 4 is severe. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1 because this game hates me, and it was no game effect. So technically, it scored a hit, but it literally just glanced off of his off that second chance hardcore system he's probably wearing underneath his BDUs. He may have a little bit of Hollywood bleeding going on, but nothing that's going to slow him down. All right, so that completes that movement. Move the rest of your operators, please.
Okay, the friendly gang members.
Yep.
They'll move into Oscar 11. Well, yeah.
They're literally just like bonsai charging out into the open. Hey! They are, well, suffice it to say, not concealed. Okay, how about your interpreter?
He'll move into Q11.
He is hiding behind these guys so that he doesn't get shot. But in all seriousness, he only spent 2 movement points, so he remains concealed.
Yep.
All right, and then you've got this other fire team down here.
Yes. Now, if I go all out, they'll end up on a road. I don't want to do that. So they'll also go into Q11.
Okay, now they spent 3 hexes to do that.
Yep.
So the interpreter gets the conceal bonus. Other people in that same hex do not.
Yep.
Cool. All right, that concludes operator movement. We now go to enemy movement. Do I run? You know what? I'm gonna run.
Oh, okay.
1, and I'm behind trees. 1, 2, 3. Let me check that. Yep.
Yep, they're good.
So they literally just blasted away. They literally zinged Rich T once, and then then they got the hell out of there. It was either that or root. If they didn't move at all, they get the cover and conceal bonus. You got a lot of firepower in that hex, but it would have been tough to dig them out of there. But I'm pretty sure with your firepower, you would have, because your guys are ridiculously well armed. But instead, I just bolted. Now they still have the opportunity fire marker on them, so I don't get to shoot it anymore. But I think that's it from. Oh wait, I have one more movement up here. Does Ronaldo want to hang around and try and convert these guys again, or does he want to bolt? He really should bolt. You know what? I'm going to take the best of both worlds. 1, 2, still concealed. And then I'll roll for these 3 guys.
Cool.
Did you take away both of my RPGs? I think you did. Oh, man. Yes, there's an RPG. Oh, I need to get Ronaldo down there. Ronaldo straighten those guys out. Okay, now we're into, that's it for Rebel movement. We will then go to, let's see here, hostile pedestrian move, operator, we just did. We're into interpreter checks. Yes, you are next to somebody. Your interpreter is next to somebody who is a potential enemy.
Yep. Okay, let's see. A 4.
You're gonna turn this whole table against me. Okay, speaking of interpreter checks, Mr. Ronaldo tries the same thing up here. With a 5.
Nice.
These guys are now hostiles. Come on. Alright, I'll zoom in a little bit. Gee whiz. Never a shortcut. So basically, Ronaldo's running for the north edge of the map and talking to all these guys. He's going, they're back behind me. Kill all the guys behind me. Don't worry that I'm running this way. Just keep going that way. Engage the unstoppable Australian SAS. Typical rebel leader there. Go die for the revolution. I'm going to keep going this way. Okay, that takes care of interpreter checks. Medic checks. You do have a wound now, but it's not game effective, so you don't have to worry about making a medic check. Here is where, if it was an actual severe wound or an incapacitating wound, you would actually have a medic. All the teams have at least some first aid training. Everybody in your team, there's no specific medic. You would actually try to mitigate that wound or stop a bleed out check. So if you survive a wound as an operator, you may die later per a bleed out check. So a successful medic check forestalls bleed out checks for the rest of the turn, or for the rest of the game, unless you get wounded again. And if you get a very lucky roll, you even manage to reduce the intensity of the wound from either severe to light, or from incapacitated to severe. Basically, your guy regains consciousness. If you are dead, though, he cannot resurrect you. Malicious... Oh, yeah. Operator small arms fire. Because we're done with interpreter checks, medic checks, operator small arms fire. Not entirely sure you have any line of sight.
I don't think I do. No, I don't think I do.
Oh, wait. Well, actually, I don't even think you have that line of sight. I mean, not that you would want to. Firing and the ambivalence. Technically, no. You're clipped by G11 there. Okay. Okay, militia small arms. Again, if there's no small arms one way, there's no small arms the other way. These guys have already fired, so they lose the opportunity fire marker. No close combat, I don't think. There's no bleed out because your wound is no big deal. The one wound that you do have, wound table, yeah, no game effect. So there's no bleed out check for a light wound. It's literally, you know, sexy Hollywood blood or whatever. Oh, look at this badass. He's got a little bit of blood over one eye. Oh, Victoria Cross. Alright, victory check now, so we go to turn 4. Alright, over here to the thing. Determine threat levels, the first step of this turn sequence. There was gunfire last turn, it was not operator gunfire. You didn't shoot at anybody, so you still get that +1 bonus. I don't think you have any operators on a Rodex. Technically you do. P10, you do have operators on a Rodex. Those Fs, they work for you. They are your guys. And they are in Papa 10. So there is a -1 for that. There are technically green forces on a street. However, no operator gunfire, you get a +1 for that. So it comes out to 0. However, there was a +2 for a successful interpreter check last turn. Cool, so -1, +1, +2. The net comes to +2. Roll 2 dice. It's your turn. Try to roll, obviously, as high as you can. You get to add 2 to the result.
6. So
6
+2 is 8.
Becomes an 8. 8 reads that it is still stable. That's this little, again, this little equation, not equation, this little data line up here. Alright, so it stays quiet, which still gives you a +1 on this single d6 roll on this table. 1d6 on that table, please. Add 1. Stop rolling 5s!
Okay. 6.
Oh! God, okay. 1 new hex of friendly militia. Roll 1d6, please.
Okay. That is 3.
So 3 new militia show up from a random table edge. This is just other guys that don't like Ronaldo at all. Okay, roll 3d6, because we said 3. The first number was how many guys are in the group. Oh, here it is. This table right here. New militia table. Roll 3d6, and we'll see what they're armed with. Here come 3 RPGs, guys. Here it comes.
3, 3, 5.
3, 3, and 5. That's 2 assault rifles and a light machine gun. Almost as bad. Oh, boy. Here's where I have to go back here and actually get some new pieces. Alrighty. Fortunately, I already have them all kind of warehoused here. What the hell, man? Where are all my things? Yes, notice those tables, all those tables are gone. I don't know what the hell happened to those guys. Or those charts. It doesn't matter, I pulled in new charts. We want friendlies. 2 2 assault rifles and a light machine gun. Okay, so they, again, come in from any table edge. So we can start off with, like, which table edge? North, south, east, or west?
Do you want me to roll for it, or?
No. You literally get to pick. These are
cool.
your guys. Okay. They are your forces.
In that case, I'll bring them on from the south.
Okay, we'll zoom in on the south a little bit now. I was afraid you were going to have them come in from the north and, like, cut me off in my escape.
No, I don't think I'll do that. I'll bring them on into J14.
Okay, so yeah, J15 is where they would enter from.
Yep.
But no worries, I got you. Okay, boom, and they literally just appear there, and now they will move as your normal forces.
Nice.
Yeah, you've been killing it on the street events table. I mean,
I really have been. I normally am terrible with those things, but.
I mean, it builds up a momentum. Once you get on the quiet side of the table or on the hostile side of the table, you're always applying that -1 or that +1 to the roll, and it becomes a snowball effect. And in our Benghazi games, we played that same scenario like 6 times, and we saw it go both ways. One time, again, this is when Gaz was like wanting to like kill me. He was playing the militia, I was playing GRS. We turned downtown Benghazi into a Feb 17 parade, man. I had like 3 technicals, like 20 guys. We were just like, like the end of the movie. That just happened like 6 hours earlier. We just came down the street in like a military convoy. Hi guys! Someone told us there was a battle going on. Oh my god. Alright, cool. So that takes care of street events table, which I'm learning to hate. Ambivalent movement. Alright, we'll start from, again, left to right. So, looks like the first one would be India 11. We'll roll to see what they're doing. Get it in the box! A 5, they work for you. What's India 11 doing?
They'll move into 1, 2, 3 to L. Is it I-10 or L10? I think it is L10.
So they're move north.
To the east. Sorry. To the east. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, L. Yeah.
So that hex right there.
No, into L10. Another.
Oh, one more over.
Yeah.
So that's K10. You want me to move there? Oh, L10. You want me to move all 3 hexes? Sorry. I'm gonna have to shoot those people down before they join up with your interpreter. So, I mean, just word to the wise. You're killing them. Okay, then this group here in Juliet 6. They work for me. Awesome. Where were they? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so no concealment bonus. All right. We already rolled for L10. We're here to Mike 2. They work for you. Are they?
And they'll
moving
run
off
away.
The table? All right, they are gone. That's the guy with my favorite shirt, man. Oh well. I got better things to do than get shot up in a jungle battle. I got my sexy shirt on. I'm going to the club. I'm picking up some ladies. Now I have my other expatriates over here. Here in Whiskey 7. They work for me. I think that's it for ambivalent movement. Hostile pedestrian move. these two guys are going to detach and go into that hex instead. It's showing the officers that are running away. As officers often do. Especially in these poor quality armies. I've got one more group down here. What are these guys doing? I'm going to be very cagey with my movement here. I'm going to take advantage of the trees in Lima 11. There we go. Actually, Lima 11 is not a tree hex because the trees don't cover the dot in the middle. I'm basically hiding behind these ambivalents. So the only way these three units can shoot at me is by shooting through an ambivalent hex, which turns them automatically into hostiles.
Yes.
So I will go ahead and move them there. At the same time, I can't really shoot at you without turning them into friendlies. Was I just smart, or did I just screw myself? Oh well, I moved him there. I won't hold up the stream anymore. That's it, because I only have really 2.5 squads of any kind of enemies now, because you threw a bunch of money around and stole half my army away from me. Pause. That's an unofficial phase of the game. Ariskany cries about the dice phase. That happens right there after vehicle movement. Is Ariskany bitches about the dice phase. That's actually in the turn sequence. Speaking of which, we are now done with hostile pedestrian move, operator pedestrian move.
Okay. Guys in the west?
Yep, Echo 10. Oops.
They'll go to G8.
Nobody saw that. Blocked by buildings, obviously. Blocked by their own tree hexes. Cool. So they splash across that creek. Amazed they're not taking a whole bunch of gunfire heading towards those formerly enemy-held buildings. Okay. You have more movement further to the east. Friendlies in Oscar 11.
So they'll move into M12.
I see what's happening here. Oh, crap. Before I forget, those guys only moved one hex. They get the covered bonus.
Yes.
Because they are going to, I'm sure. M12, speaking of which, M12 gives them the concealed bonus even though they're literally wide out in the open. There's something there that they can hide, at least a little bit behind. And again, we talked about how L11 is not an obstructing hex.
Yep. Yes. Would you like to take opportunity fire?
I see what happened here. He's totally tripping my opportunity fire. But that's what friendly militia are for. Basically, they're bullet sponges. Because the dilemma that I'm in now, people in the chat, is that if I don't fire now, his friendlies get first fire on me. Because again, turn sequence. It's meant that way. The operators definitely have the advantage. And technically, they're not operators, but they're green friendly forces. Future editions of this game may classify friendly militia as militia, so they fire during the hostile militia small arms phase. But for now, that's not written in the rules. So I see what he's trying to do here. The question is, do I want to do it? Because what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and cook off my opportunity fire, which is going to free up the rest of his movement here. The Good news for me is that I'm firing straight through hex L11, so I'm not firing through that ambivalent hex there in Lima 10. I think I'm gonna go for it.
Ooh.
Because if I don't, I'm just gonna lose forces. At least now I get to kill somebody. Alright. It's a pretty high firepower hex too. Okay. So. First thing I'm going to do is fire my smallest weapon, that is the AKSU, the 2d6 guy up here. You get to roll d6s because these guys are only militia. However, you get the conceal bonus, so you get to add 1 to your dice roll.
Cool.
Alright, so pull up Mr. Camera here. 2d6, and you roll 1d6. I'm aiming for the first guy in the white in the white t-shirt. Oh, damn it, machine. Sorry about that. Here we go. I got a 4.
I got a 2.
2 becomes a 3. My 4 still beats your 3. He's dead. Because he's a militia, he doesn't get the benefit of that wound table.
Yep.
As soon as he gets hit, he's like, what the hell with this? Alright. Next, 2d8 assault rifle guy here on 2d6 on the blue t-shirt. Stop doing that, guy. Hey, guess what, guys? I shot somebody. I actually did something. 3s. So basically, don't roll a 1.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Oh, he's dead. Okay. I was rolling 2 small dice with her. I just cheated myself. I'm supposed to be rolling d8s there. Oh well. I'll do it rightly from now on.
I'm gonna get another dice. That one sucks.
2d8. This other assault rifle guy, he's going for... Actually, for this guy, he's going to take 2d8. I'm going to put 1d8 on this pistolier and 1d8 on this guy. So the guy here, I'm trying to save my 3d8 light machine gun for what I know is coming.
Yep.
Damn it, get it in the box. Alright. Against the pistolier guy and the white wife beater, he rolls a 5.
Alright.
1d6, add 1 to the result.
A 4.
4 becomes a 5, that's a tie. A tie is always a miss. So 1d4 guy lives by the skin of his teeth. Okay, now for the other guy in the white, in the red kick-ass t-shirt there. He's going to win because he has an awesome apparel going on there. All right, here he goes. Oh God, I called it, didn't I? A 1. You literally can't. You don't even have to roll because you get to add 1 to your roll, even if you rolled a 0, which you can't do.
Oh,
it still becomes a tie. Yeah. All right, so everyone in there has taken opportunity to fire except my light machine gun guy. He is waiting. Okay. Go ahead and finish up your movement.
Okay, the other group of friendly militia.
Yep.
In F10 or P10.
Yep.
They'll move into M12.
They all rush in there now. Anything in there super scary? Not really. No light machine guns, no, Yeah, the gang members tend not to carry RPGs and javelins and tows and automatic grenade launchers.
It's pretty rare to see one with an underslung, 240 or something. It's
1, 2, 3. Now, hold on. Some of these guys are not going to get... Oh, God. Okay. These guys get the conceal bonus. These guys move 3 hexes, they will not get the conceal bonus. So there's almost like 2 ranks of guys in that hex. Now, does that LMG cook off now? Carbine... Assault rifle, assault rifle. He does not get to add to this. Alright, I'm going for it. The LMG is going to fire. I'm going to put 1d8 into each guy. He's just basically going to horizontal spray. He's going to try and chop down that whole second rank.
Yep.
God, can I ever roll well? Alright, so 4 for the pistol guy. Or not pistol guy. 4 for the green t-shirt, 3 for the middle guy, and then the white t-shirt guy, as long as he doesn't roll a 1.
Okay, so we'll start with the
D6s.
do the white t-shirt.
Okay.
3.
3 beats my 2, so he's safe. Next, middle
Guy
guy.
in the middle, a 1.
Does not beat my 3, he is dead.
And another 1.
Sweet.
Nice.
Now that whole stack is taking opportunity fire. Alright, so at least I've killed somebody. Was I knocked down like 4 guys now? Something like that? I don't know. 3 or 4 guys. There were 7. There are now 3. I knocked down 4 guys. Sweet.
Nice.
Okay, complete your movement.
Okay, so the operators and the interpreter.
Yep.
They're going to end up in N11. So they go P10, O11, N11.
Yeah, just for reference, guys, Okay, I see what you did there. Cool. Yeah, why he's safe now is because he used his friendly militia that he bought with his cheap American greenbacks to basically use up all my opportunity fire. So now, even though he's way out in the open, he didn't even slow down. He does not have this conceal bonus anymore. Oh, damn it, guys. Sorry. Hold on. I have to reopen my stupid little tool. Apologies. Sorry. Go away. There we go. Even though he's way out in the open now, in fact, he's, again, L11 is not an obstruction hex, and I'm no longer obstructed by these ambivalents. Because he used up all my opportunity fire, he's safe. So, Callous, I say. Using up the lives of native, what's the word?
Timorese.
Indigenous people here who live. That's fine. I see how you are. Oh, I forgot. You have more friendly forces here in the south.
Oh, they'll go 3 hexes north.
I think that's finally it for operator movement.
I think so.
Cool. We go now to interpreter checks. Your interpreter check is not next to anybody who's not already friendly.
Yep.
Ronaldo is right next to some people up north. That is a 4. Barely succeeded.
Nice.
G. What the hell is G? There's a whole new class of people on the table. G stands for Goodfellas? I don't know what the hell G would be. That makes no sense. Alrighty. And that's it for interpreter checks. Medic checks, nobody's fine, everybody's fine. Operator, small arms. Oh no. Here it comes. I'll go ahead and zoom in on it. Okay, sir. If you're really willing to part with that +1 bonus on the street events table. I mean, you've already got operators on the street, so go for it, man.
Yeah, I'm betting on not worrying about that too much anymore, or at least not being too cautious.
We have officially gone loud. I'm gonna not only open fire, I'm gonna open fire while standing here on the street. You're lucky we're not pulling our pants down and mooning you while we're doing this.
Yes, the PR is not great. It's
Let me catch up with Mr. Chat. Oh my God, guys, the chat is going crazy. Sorry. Okay. Hello, I'm sorry. Hello, Ben Johnson. Thank you for coming by our chat. Greetings, homies. Use a barrette and send 50 cal into his melon and watch it go pop like a pimple. Actually, like we said in the special rules, a sniper is the only person allowed to engage Ronaldo, and that's precisely so they don't kill him. Or you can take him in an assault. What else we got going on here? That's right. There you go. M82 right into the dome.
Oh, spam bot. Nice.
Oh, that's fine. Ignore him. No worries. Good game. We'll have to watch the rest tomorrow. Oh no, the gin's catching up on me. Oh, that's okay. Howard. Oh, Howard. Howard, I didn't even know you were here. Howard, I'm so sorry. I hope you're still with us. Probably not. I probably missed you. Howard, thanks for coming by, man. Cool. Sorry, we got into the game a little bit here. Sometimes it's tough to watch the chat and the game at once. Dylan says, yes, please comment and make Jim reply to many comments, because the less he's watching the table... Alright. I should say the more he's watching the chat, the less he's watching the table. Okay, so you've got 2 hexes that can fire on me in hex Kilo 11. It's however you want to do it. You know, whoever wants to shoot first.
Yep. I'll start with... Was it Collins has only got 1 D10 there, so I'll start with...
Yeah, Collins has 1 D10. Now Collins Collins has a star by his weapon. He's carrying an M4 assault platform, a carbine platform with an M203 grenade launcher. So he's got 2 choices. He can roll 1 D10, and it affects everything in the hex. That 1 grenade could kill everybody in the hex, and nobody else even has to shoot.
I think I'll go with that. Yeah, that
okay.
sounds...
Or he could fire his assault rifle, which is just 2 D10, and it affects everything normally. It's up to him.
I think I'll go with the 1 D10.
Cool. 1 D10. This is where I'm going to call up Skype on chat. Oh, you don't. No worries. You don't have a dice cam, because yeah.
Oh no, sorry, no, I haven't got my camera set up.
No worries. All right. Yeah, this is an important roll though.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
A 6.
Okay, that's not unbeatable, especially since I'm covered. A 6. Okay, pull up my dice tray. Damn it, stop pushing the wrong button. All right. So regular troops. So militia rolls d6 for, this is a very simple game, guys. Militia roll d6s for defense. Trained regulars roll d8s. Kick-ass operators, special forces, things like that roll d10s. So you'll notice that he's been rolling d10s for his SAS guys and d6s for his friendly militia. I am in the middle. Trained regulars, but again, by no means anything spectacular. So we are going to go here with a total of, with d8s. Trained regulars. I am covered because I only moved 1 hex in this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and roll all my dice twice and take the best of both results. I have to tie or beat a 6. So first, this first assault rifle guy. Get lucky. Double 2s. Neither of those beat a 6. He died in the explosion. Or rendered combat ineffective. A lot of these guys are probably just wounded. Another guy, another assault rifle. Come on, I'm not even rolling D8s. These are D4s numbered twice. Sorry. Moron running the stream. Hold on. Alright. 2 D8s. A 7 does beat a 6. So he survives. The second D8 assault rifle guy. Get it in the box, please. A 5, I don't get to add anything to it. A 5 loses against the 6, so now he is combat ineffective. The second guy. Assault carbine guy. A 3 and a 1. He's out of gas. Now the important one. Oh god, go away. Okay, now the important one. Come on, please, please, give me a break. The dice have not cut me a bit of slack this game. Okay, they finally did. A 6 and a 7, but he survived twice. Both of those dice results, again, a tie is always a miss. So he survived the explosion. Okay, cool. And now there's been GRS gunfire, your GRS is standing on a road, and there's been an explosion. So the next time we roll on the street events table, we may see some different results. We have definitely gone loud. And
I think so, yes.
Enemy insurgents may start pouring out of the woodwork here, if I get lucky. Finally! So this is a deep cut. Oh wow, what did I miss here? Twilight and Wildfire. That is a deep cut. That is a deep cut. Okay, oh my god, I'll catch up on the chat here. Have a great night, Howard. Send it over. Oh, okay, I missed that. Twilight and Wildfire, says Ben Johnson. That is a deep cut. Yeah, that's a joke from God knows when, like 2003. That goes way back. Because Science Teacher says I would totally see this as a miniatures game. Yeah, as long as you like a quick tape measure to measure 1, 2, or 3 inches, and it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, these are basically virtual miniatures. They even have little round bases with a little bit of like, stone, gravelly kind of what the hell? Stone kind of gravelly texture effect. Yeah, they're meant to look a little like miniatures in a virtual sense. They're shown from above and not like a front view like on my Valor and Victory miniatures or anything like that. So because Sitrep Podcast says I want to try this on our demo table at Little Wars. Yeah, we could do that, or you guys could do that. I won't be at Little Wars, unfortunately. Just let me know if you have any rules questions. I think you guys already have most of the charts. I'll send the most updated version of the charts if you guys are serious about that. Okay. So then we come to the rest of your fire phase. You got a lot more guys to shoot.
Okay. I think I'll do Nathan next. So.
Alrighty. Oh, the saw. Oh God. All right, you got 4d8. How do you want to allocate those? 2 on each. Cool.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. 4d8 versus my. So it's 2d8 versus my guys. Each one of my guys also roll 2d8. Because again, I get d8s for defense dice, and I'm covered, so I get double defense dice. So it's going to be 50-50, really. Here we go. So for the first guy, go ahead and roll your attack on the first one.
A 4 and a 2.
My assault rifle guy. Okay, the 4 definitely. So your best roll is a 4. My 4 beats that, and my 7 beats that. He's fine.
Cool.
The light machine gun guy, go ahead and roll against him.
A 3 and a 6.
Oh God, the 3 was fine, but the 6 he did not survive that. Mr. Nathan had they had a light machine gun duel, and my guy lost. Oh no. Okay, next guy.
Let's try the sniper. Let's try Latham.
All right, 1d12 plus 1.
9 goes to 10.
I literally can't beat that no matter what I roll. Even if I roll an 8. I only get to roll twice, I don't get to add them together. Why? Why? This is why I take opportunity fire, because when one stack of operators fires against one stack of militia, take a wild guess who's walking away from that and get together.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So that is it for militia for operator small arms. Unless you want to shoot at anybody else, I don't think you want to shoot at anybody else.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
We can't see anybody here yet. Cool. We then go to. I already said militia. Oh, to militia small arms. I've got nobody left. Even if everyone down here didn't die, I took opportunity fire. Close combat, we've got no one in close combat. No medic checks, no bleed out checks, no victory. Okay, cool. No victory check yet. Cool. Alrighty. So now we are looking at the beginning of next turn. Believe it or not, guys, the tide is about to turn. I feel it coming. Asymmetrical warfare. Asymmetrical. The two sides are defining victory in different ways. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is determine threat level here on turn 5. So, -1, yes, there was operator gunfire last turn. -1, explosion. -1, operator on a good streak. So it's a total of -3 on 2d6. It's my turn to roll the big dice. Come on, nice and low, nice and low. Do it. I rolled a 9, which is pretty terrible for me. -3 makes it a 6. Hey, it could have gotten better, but all that noise you made ensured that it remained stable. So it went from a 9, which would have been better, knocked it up to serene. It went from a 9 down to a 6. So it almost got worse. 1 dice difference would have been worse. But that's okay. It stays stable, which means it's still quiet. 1d6 on this table. If I'm rolling another 6 here, I'm going to re-roll. I promise you. I'm re-rolling another 6. A 3. A 3 plus 1 for quiet makes 4. 4 is no new militia in the street. Okay. Yes, I totally just mulligan that. I don't care. It's my stream. Damn it. I get to do what I want. Because otherwise the stream's going to get embarrassing. Okay. Zethics Hero Street Events. Now, in all honesty, if I had rolled like a new militia technical shows up on... No, hell no. I'm not doing that. But, okay. So ambivalent pedestrian move. There's not too many ambivalent people left. Everyone's chosen a side one way or the other here, almost. Lima 10. Lima 10 works for you with a 3.
Alrighty. I'll go to N10.
November 10. Oh, God. Yeah, I should have killed those people when I had a chance. Look at this tidal wave of forces he's got coming up here from the south. Alright, nobody else. They left the table on the north. We've got Tango 5. My other group of guys. Come on, Tango 5. Give me a break, huh? They work for me. Okay, that will take care of... I think if there's only 2 groups of ambivalence left on the table, I think. I think that's it for ambivalence. Awesome. Hostile pedestrian movement. I got 2 choices here. I can either hook Ronaldo to the east and hope to get him to get these guys back on board, or I can just run. Make sure none of your... Where the hell are your snipers? Make sure your snipers can't draw a bead on me this turn. Alright, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna wind up regretting this later. Probably. Alamo, Alamo, Alamo! Alright, so the guys on the left-hand side of the hex do not get the conceal bonus, because they had to move all 3 movement points. The guys on the right-hand side do get the conceal bonus, because they only move 2. That's going to be it for my movement, because my army sucks now. Dylan stole most of it. Damn you! Alright, over to you for friendly movement. Operator movement phase.
Okay. The guys in G8.
8? Yep.
Yep. They're going to go into J7.
Alright, so carefully screening his approach, making sure I can't hit him as he does that. Cool. Alright, what's going on down here in the center? You got a lot of guys down here.
Yeah, the interpreter will stay put.
2 seconds, guys. When the game specifies that he can only take 1 fatality, that does not include friendly militia. Because I've already killed 4 of them. That's not even... No, when it says for victory conditions, I'm talking about one of his SAS guys. Which killing them is a hell of a lot harder. And, in fact, it's almost impossible. I'm going to have to rewrite those victory conditions one of these days. Like a certain number of wounds. Because killing an operator really just needs a 6 at the right time.
Yeah, I remember that Force on Force used to have the old light wounds were 1 point, severe with 3,
something
and then
like
dead
that.
with 5.
Yeah.
Something, I can't remember what it was, but it was,
What this game here has is the bleed out rule. So a light wound is no big deal, but a severe wound, there's a bleed out check. A severe wound can become incapacitated. And an incapacitated can become killed in action real fast. One bad medic check and boom, he's dead. And that slope pretty much flows one way. It's really hard to, almost impossible to get an incapacitated to severe or a severe to a light. But to your other point, a lot of this is very, very heavily borrowed from a Force on Force type game. The only thing I didn't really take was their god-awful reaction system. I don't know, I still can't make sense of that thing.
Oh yeah, with the negatives and everything.
It's the only part of Force on Force I don't like is their reaction system. And trying to do that on a stream is going to be next to impossible. So this is almost like, Advanced Squad Leader to Valor and Victory. This is almost like Force on Force to Sitrep Skirmish. Okay, so I'm sorry. All right, so we moved your first group down here in the south?
Yep. They'll go 3 to the north.
The whole group?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
These guys as well?
Yep, same with them. Yep, 3 to the north.
So it's just like a general assault on this poor guy's hacienda here. Charge! Okay, we're not playing a Napoleonics game. I know you wish we were.
On the interpreter will stay back where they were.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you don't have enough guys on your team. Alright, no worries. I think that was it. Oh my god, why do I suddenly feel like Pablo Escobar, man? It's like half the country is just charging up the hill, overrunning my little mansion, and I'm hiding behind my last little vestige of loyal followers down here. Oh man. Although, I should have left the table. I'm probably going to regret this. I have a forlorn hope of actually getting these guys back on side, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so all movement is now completed. We do have a 4-up interpreter check on the guys in November 10.
Yes. 4.
Damn it. These are my former soldiers. You have an RPG on your team. One whole fire team of my force is now literally on your side.
I like to collect things, I suppose.
Yeah, I noticed that. And you're really making me not only mad, but you're gonna not only beat me, but beat me with my own army. Yeah, we never really liked that guy anyway. We showed up here at this little jungle hideout. He said there was gonna be Wi-Fi. He said there were gonna be girls. He said there was gonna be booze. There was none of that shit. So yeah, they're all not happy right now. What am I doing? I'm just totally sorry. Surprised nobody called me out on that. F, friendly, dumbass. So busy making blackjack and hooker jokes that I totally screwed up the game. Sorry about that. Alright, cool. Yeah, those guys, look at this. Assault rifle, RPG, another assault rifle, and one of my own freaking officers, man. This guy's my cousin. But apparently he's mad at me for something I said about his wife last Christmas. Now he's on your team. Damn you! Okay, I don't have anybody for my interpreter check. Medic check, no. Operator, small arms. I don't think there's any line of sight anywhere. Does not look like it at the moment. Cool. So there's no militia, small arms, no close combat, no bleed out, no bleed out, no close combat, no bleed out, no victory. We're buzzing through the turns quick enough. Okay, here is where you're going to take the street back. Because there was no operator gunfire last turn, no explosion last turn. I think you're still on a... You still got guys... Yeah, you still got guys on a road. So you get a -1 for that. However, a +2 for a successful interpreter check. That's going to be a +1. And there was no operator gunfire last turn, a +2. So it's your turn this turn. Roll 2d6, add 2 to the result. Stop rolling high numbers.
A 10.
God damn it, man. It's now serene. Now you roll 1d6 and you add 2 to the result. Again, because now we're looking at this +2 for the serene roll. So 1d6 on this table, and let me go ahead and zoom in on it a little bit so people can see. And now you're adding 2 to the result.
A 2.
A 2 becomes a 4, no new militia on the street.
Ooh, okay.
Alright,
That's
cool,
all right.
so no change. Yeah, without that +2 modifier, I would have gotten a new hex of ambivalent militia. But still. Alrighty. Cool, so nothing happened. Awesome. Ambivalent pedestrian move. There is only one group of ambivalent pedestrians left. And, okay, that is a 2. Sweet, they work for me. Awesome. All right, this little whatchamacallit may pay off. That was it for ambivalent maneuver. There's no other ambivalent people on the table. We now go to hostile pedestrian move. Okay, next we go to any other hostile movement. He's gonna roll up there with that grenade launcher, and he's gonna blow me to smithereens if I don't spread out at least a little bit. Well, I'm gonna take a turn and kind of like reorganize this hex. Where's all my long range stuff? My little stupid pistol guys. Over here, all my somewhat longer range stuff in this hex. Stop it with that. Because if I super compress, he's just going to come in here with his 2 grenade launcher guys, and that's going to be it. Some of them moved no hexes. Well, you know what? I scrambled them up. We'll just say everybody in there moved 1 hex. So they both get the cover bonus. Because honestly, I forget. Okay, the 2 grenade launcher guys were definitely... Okay, everybody who was in that hex is still in there. So that... Hold on. Let me not cheese myself. That hex is covered and concealed. That hex is just covered. Alright, cool. I think that's it for my movements. We now go to operator pedestrian move. Come at me, bro.
The guys in what's that? Is that J? Yeah, the operators in J7.
Richie's team.
Yep. They're going to move into J5.
Ever had these trucks don't block line of sight.
Yep.
Even though that one technically does cover the dot, I should have drawn that a little bit better. Oh, they're ambivalent. What am I doing? Okay, technically, now I did see that. It's a question of whether or not I want to shoot or not. And can I reach? Because they don't have big weapons. D6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dylan, it's almost like you're paying attention. I see what's coming.
I assure you I'm not.
I assure you are. I'm not going to say anything, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are just out of range.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
the other stuff, yes, but that I didn't know.
Yeah, otherwise my opportunity fire would have perhaps done something nice. But I have a bad feeling I know what's coming. Only one guy's allowed to do something, but that guy is in the hex. Damn you! Okay, let's go ahead and finish up your movement. What's going on with these little freeholders down here?
They'll go 3 hexes north.
Home Skillet Brigade, move! 1, 2, 3. Other Home Skillet Brigade, what are these guys doing?
They'll go 2 hexes north.
Ooh, that reminds me, before I forget. These guys only move 2 hexes. These guys now have only moved 2 hexes. Okay, your literal turncoats, your Benedict Arnold bastards here, where are they going?
I'll put them in Q8.
I have to find Q8. Oh, they...
Oh, sorry, 08, sorry.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, yep.
And then your actual leader team, Jameson's team.
They'll go to N6.
Oh, I saw that. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, ooh, actually not... Ooh, not everybody saw that. Some of the guys saw that, but they'll be firing at a penalty. Because they'll be scraping past M6. And then your interpreter, is he doing anything?
He'll just move 3 squares north, 3 hexes north.
Alright, if you call it a square again, I'm going to erase one of your guys.
I don't know why, because I don't play games with squares in them. I'm not sure why I'm saying
actually, more than one person does that. I just kind of make fun of that when it happens.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Call it a square again, man. Watch what happens. Oh, jeez. Alright. I gotta do it, or else I'm gonna fucking lose my most powerful unit left. Alright, this is gonna have 2 implications for me. Number 1, if I fire now, during opportunity fire phase, these guys can't see at all, because they're clearly blocked by Mike 6. These guys scrape past M6, and like Valor and Victory, you can take what the game calls grazing fire. It's not really what grazing fire is in a military sense, but you can scrape past the hex like that if it's exactly on the spine. You just have to assess a -1 penalty. I am in range for all my weapons there, because again, I try to put my bigger stuff there. He will be adding 1 to his D10s. I gotta get lucky. I've gotta kill somebody, or else I'm about to lose the game here. So, the other thing is that if I fire, notice he has the cover and conceal bonus here. He's no longer concealed if he opens fire. So that cover and conceal bonus will drop to a cover bonus. But again, I think I'm going to go for it. because I'm pretty sure other things are about to happen. They're going to make me cry like a little bitch. Alright. Again, so it's a center dot to center dot. It goes right down the hex plan. Alright, here I go. You roll 1d6 per character. And you get to add 1 to the result. That's the problem for me. Okay, so I'm aiming at your sniper, first of all.
Yes.
Okay, so roll 1d10 and tell me what you get.
An 8.
That's not even worth it. So he's fired for no good reason. Okay, roll again.
A 4.
Okay, I could potentially beat that. I have to get at least 1 5 out of these 3d6s.
Oh, so yeah, roll a 4 goes to a.
Right.
Goes to a 5. Yep.
Oh, it goes to a 5? Alright, I have to roll at least 1 6 then. Out of these 3d6s. Pretty please. Nope. Miss, miss, miss. Okay, roll again for the second guy. These guys roll bigger dice. I have 1 more d6 guy in there. Okay, yeah, roll again for the sniper.
A 7.
That's no good. Okay, all 3 of my militia guys have fired. Roll again. This is for my first assault rifle guy.
Yep. A 4 goes to a 5.
Okay, a 5. Now these guys are rolling 2. Okay, so again, the difference between militia and regular troops. The militia guys are rolling. Oh, he has an AKSU. He's rolling d6s anyway. Okay. And 3d8s. Okay. What was that again? You rolled a 4, became a 5.
A 4 goes to a 5. Yep.
All right. This is gonna be my 3d8 guy. By the way, everyone marvel and be amazed at the fact that these Timorese regulars actually have Timorese flags on their shoulders. Only because that took like half an hour to do. All right. 3d8s. Come on, man. Come on. This is my last real good chance, I think. 6. That's a hit. Thank Christ.
Nice.
Watch me roll another 1. Come on, man. Camera's on. Totally legit. Do it. Do it. 6. Kill them. Kill them. 1 round just went right where it wasn't supposed to. Oh, thank God. Alright, game is technically now tied. Alright, that was this whole... technically I have 2 more d6s. I'm shifting fire now to Collins with the grenade launcher. 2 d6s?
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. You roll 1d10. I roll 2 d6s. Sorry.
I got a 9.
Ah, no worries. Alright, that's it. For that whole Hex's opportunity fire.
Very nice.
Okay. I can now relax. Because now the game is no longer an embarrassment. Okay, he's allowed to take 1 loss if he captures Ronaldo. If Ronaldo gets off the table, he loses with 1 loss. So, let's see what happens. Or no, sorry. If he captures Ronaldo, he can wipe out the table and take 2 losses. Alright, so I think that's it for my maneuver, or for my opportunity fire. We've completed your movement.
Yep. I think so, yep.
Hostile pedestrian phase, interpreter checks, no. Medic checks, no, because, yeah, your sniper doesn't need a medic anymore.
Your interpreter, you can do an interpreter check though.
Oh yeah, that was the whole point of my entire plan there. Damn it. This is probably why I'm about to lose Ronaldo here. I might as well get some out of it. 4 up, please. A 6. Nice. These guys are all hostiles again, and there's an RPG in that team.
Oh.
Yep. It's gonna cost me, because I kind of know what's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of that, but
Alright guys, this game just became interesting again. I can totally win this now. In some regards, I am literally 1 hex away from winning. He's got a firearms check, which is going to piss me off a little bit. But if I can survive that, I think I've got this game, if not won, at least a nice happy draw. That's if I don't kill another guy. If I kill another guy, that's it. Okay, that's it for my interpreter check. Now we go to your firearms phase.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think we'll start with the sniper.
The sniper you have left.
Yes, the one I have left.
Oh, who's he shooting at?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Who's he got line of sight to?
damn it. Yes, he's got line of sight. That's why you moved there. Damn you.
Yep.
And that's why I was like, oh, I can opportunity fire his ass. Oh, no, I can't, because I'm literally 7 hexes away, and all my weapons only shoot 6 hexes. Again, the dice code, or the size of the dice, is also the range of the weapon. The only exception to that is the combat shotgun, which only has a range of 3. It rolls a d10, but it only has a hex range of 3. It gets a bonus for point-blank fire, because it's a shotgun. Alright, right before I lose the game, let me go ahead and check out Mr. Chat. Oh, Rob T, he's got to run. It was fun. No worries, Rob T. Thanks for coming by, and we will see you later. Check out the rest of this later on YouTube if you want. Cool, so let's go ahead and see what happens now with your sniper. D12 plus 10. I do have concealment bonus. I get to add 1 to my D8 because he's technically a regular soldier. So he gets a D8. D8, add 1 for conceal. My defense dice is a... Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's not bad. An 8. You gotta beat an 8. However, you get a D12 plus 1. So your odds are not bad.
Oh, I got a 9.
Damn it! 9 becomes a 10. 10 beats my modified 8. That is Ronaldo, combat ineffective. So he gets shot, he's not moving anywhere, he's going to be like bleeding out in that hex. Long story short, you're going to go in and capture him. So you fulfilled the part of the mission. You've captured him, you've taken 1 fatality. Right now the game is still even. You have to wipe out the rest of the H's and not take another fatality. Is the victory conditions of the game. You have to either talk them guys down to A's, yellow A's, or kill them. And when there are no more red H's on the table, the game is over. And if you can get to that without losing anybody, like permanently, you can take wounds, but you can't actually take any more fatalities. That's the game won in your favor. Because you've actually fulfilled the objective. You've captured the guy. Yep. Which actually the SAS were not able to do in real life. He got away. I told you guys I was going to friggin' regret that. Damn it. Although I did get my squad back. So that's going to be fun. Okay. The rest of your fire at your convenience.
Oh, yes. What have I got down in there? I think I've got a 203 in there, do I?
You've got an assault carbine. Come on. Get over there. Oh, God. I zoomed in too much. Okay. Richie, he's the team leader. He's got the assault carbine, the little silenced SAS carbine. Michaels has fired.
Yep.
Dayburn's got the 20. Damon's got the 2d10 plus 1. That's supposed to be a shotgun. The graphic says it's a M203. It's supposed to be the shotgun. Let me check that.
Yep.
Does the other guy have the shotgun? You have one. Yeah, Collins has got the 1d10 star. That's a graphic error. I apologize.
Oh,
that is supposed to be. Yeah, 2d10 plus 1 is the assault shotgun.
Yep.
Which he's actually out of range, but you do have a saw.
Yes. I think I'll fire the saw into the whole hex of those guys you recently picked up.
Oh no.
And yeah, 1 into each.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are in range. Cool. So it's going to be your d8s versus my d8s. We'll do them one at a time. I'll just set them up in a row, and we'll just work our way from top to bottom. If only people always arrange themselves like that for machine gun fire phases, right? Alright. Officer on top, D10, or I'm sorry, a D8 versus your D8. I got a 5.
I got a 7.
Damn it. He's toast. Next, a 7.
I got an 8.
Come on, man. I just literally lost my commander to bring these guys back. Okay, this guy's gonna make it. This is my RPG guy. Here it comes. Ready? A 7.
5. Damn it.
Yes, he survives. And the last guy, assault carbine guy. You can kill him if you want. 6.
6.
6 is a tie. He survives. So the first 2 guys are down. Mr. RPG guy is back.
Yeah,
and
let's.
Fire phase is coming up. He survived.
I got another guy to shoot.
Why is everyone so determined to kill my RPG guy? Because he's going to fire 1d10 and affect everybody in this hex equally? Come on. I mean, I want to win, but in all honesty, you really want to kill that guy. Trust me. I mean, knowing me, I would roll a 1 on my 1d10, but if I roll like a 10 on a d10, yeah,
it's
that's not going to be good. Okay, we fired the saw. That's Farkas with the saw. Okay, the assault shotgun guy cannot reach.
Yep.
Richie, the team leader, has 2d10.
Alrighty.
Alright, is he firing at both guys, or is he...
No, he's going to try and go for that RPG.
Okay, cool. Focus fire on the RPG. He gets to roll 2d10s. No additions. However, you just get to take the best roll. Meanwhile, I get to roll only 1d8. Alright, cool. Odds are in your favor on this one.
Cool. 1 and an 8.
A 1 and an 8. The 1 he succeeds, but the 8 definitely kills him.
Ooh.
Alright, I think that's it for that fire phase. Because the assault shotgun guy only has a range of 3.
Yep.
However, you've got more lines of sight.
Oh, yes.
I mean, here's where, there's no more mincing around with, oh no, that's actually a line of sight violation there. So that one there, you definitely have. These yahoos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, are mostly out of range. Now the same weapon, so the way the tables work, guys, in case anyone's interested, like an assault rifle, your basic assault rifle, is a D6 for a militia. It's a D8 for a regular. It's a D10 for an operator. Number one, they're more accurate, and yes, that does make the range go longer because again, the size of the dice is also the range in hexes. There's a reason for that. Obviously, operators are better trained. They can hit targets with the same weapon at longer ranges. So a D6, the way militia fires an AK, pretty much, spray and pray, they're not going to hit anything past November 2. So even though these guys do have a line of sight, they would fire and not really hit anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Their range ends in November 2. Whereas the assault rifles right next to them, that's like barely half their range, with pretty much the same weapon. That's kind of the reason for that. Also, to be honest, operator assault rifles usually are like nice M4s or the new XM117s or whatever they call them. They've got all kinds of laser sights, all kinds of special toys on the rails, whereas this guy is firing, the AK-47 his grandpa bought out of a Pakistani garage in 1962 or, who knows what's going on there. But you definitely do have some more fire coming back this way where I popped your sniper.
Yes.
Now, this guy does have a grenade.
Yeah, I think we'll make good use of that.
All right. It's going to be 1d10. Roll as high as you can.
1d10, hold as high as I can. A 7.
Okay, that's going to be tough to beat. But I might be able to do it. Alrighty. I'm pretty sure all my militia are dead. In fact, all my militia are dead. They cannot beat a 7. So the militia guys are automatically destroyed. My other guys have a chance. They can roll you roll the modified 7, you said? Or just a 7, I should
just
say?
a straight 7,
yeah. Straight 7, okay. They get 2 chances at a 7 up. So first, Mr. Carbine guy. He doesn't make it. Last but not least, Mr. Light Machine Gun guy. He does survive. A tie is always a tie is a miss.
Cool. I'll just have to.
You're gonna have to come and get me, coppers. All right, there's plenty more guys in that hex, however. That was Collins with his HE frag. We have a saw there, Nathan. He's totally not named after Nathan Jones, the Australian professional wrestler. That didn't happen at all. And then we've got your actual, your overall team leader, Jameson, with his assault rifle.
Let's try the saw, just to be brutally overkilly.
I zoomed in too much again. Wow, I zoomed in hella too far. I don't even know where the hell I am. I was trying to get a good look at these counters here. Okay, so Collins is taking his shot with his little grenade launcher there. Stop moving the... There we go. Nathan, 48. Okay, is he rolling... well, there's only one target on the hex. So, yeah, he has to put all 4 of them into one hex. So, go for it.
A 7.
7 was your best out of those 4. I get 2 dice.
7, 2, 4, 5.
Cool, I get 2 dice. I have to at least tie a 7. This is my MVP, man. He's going to survive. I know it. Nope. I mean, if I add my 2 dice together, I get a 7, but that's not how it works. All right, Mr. Nathan gets the KIA on that guy. And I think that's it, because I think you're now out of targets. I don't think Jameson has anything left to shoot at.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Come on, dice. Or drawing tool. Drawing tool, you're about to piss me off. There we go. Yeah, his line of sight begins there at M6 and extends this way. So he pretty much sees this little pie slice. And this guy here is hiding behind these buildings and rubble and so on. Yeah. Oh my god, have you killed enough of my guys? Here's the crazy thing. Because you have now fired with an explosion, I'm going to get a nice operator roll, or a nice street roll. And an enemy technical is going to show up and... No, I'm just kidding. That's literally mathematically impossible at this point. Because right now, believe it or not, the village is serene. I don't know how that works. I don't think it's going to be serene next turn. It's not very serene right now. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's it for Interpreter. No medic checks, sadly for your sniper. Oh, we just did that, sorry. Operator Small Arms we're now done with. Militia Small Arms. This guy gets to shoot now. He's only got 2d6. But I am going to try and put a bullet into your... I just hate your snipers, man. Alright, so 2d6 into your sniper. You get to roll 1d10, add 1 to the results.
A 4 goes to a 5.
I can totally beat that if I roll a 6. I get 2 dice with which to do it. Dice box, please. Give me a 6, baby! Do it! Oh, close. That bullet went so close to his ear, he felt it. Alright, but that was a miss. Alright, that takes care of... because he is out of range, and these guys have no line of sight. Clean up the map a little bit. Alright, that will conclude militia gunfire. No close combat, no bleed out checks, no victory checks. Well, victory check is the game is still up in the air. I have killed one of your guys. You have captured Ronaldo. We are now down to, you have to eliminate all red H's, which you've done about more than half of it now, without taking any more fatalities. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna win this game. Although, again, you did take 1 fatality. So, not a flawless victory. Hashtag Mortal Kombat. Alright, turn 7. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to this. Determined threat level. Okay, there was operator gunfire, there was explosions. Did you have operators on the street? That's going to be -3 on 2d6. It's my turn to roll. Come on, man. Give me a good roll, even though I've kind of already lost. 5. -3 becomes a 2. Yeah, it definitely got a little bit worse. It goes down 1 level to quiet. It's definitely not going to be serene after all that bullshit. All right, I still have to add one to this roll though, because again, it doesn't change immediately. It goes down in trends. I didn't want the game to be too wild as far as this threat level goes. Come on, give me a nice low number. A 5 becomes a 6. One hexamilitia becomes more friendly. Go ahead, put me out of my misery.
Has that happened like 9 times? I think maybe at least 5.
That's okay. We're coming up on 3 hours on the stream, so it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be that one there, the big one. Yeah.
Yep. A. Yeah, so that grenade went into that other hex, and they're like, "You guys want to give up now, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're not enemies anymore. I don't know what gave you that idea."
Yeah. You got more of that money, right? You got more money?
No. We're past that phase. We're now in the we're not going to blow you up with 40mm grenades phase. Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, I thought so.
It's kind of like money. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're going to pay you with 20 more years of life, if you're lucky. Oh boy. Didn't I say I was looking forward to the street events table? God bless. Alright, ambivalent movement phase. Dice tray. I'm almost hoping this guy comes up odd. Evens, he works for me. Alright, well there's no real point now. He's just going to fall back 1x. Actually, no. These are the deadly guys. Now, I was trying to be super cheesy and get it to where my hostiles are in the same hex as the ambivalence. Come at me, brah. But even if I did that, even if I do that, when these guys move to join them, in one, they expose themselves to opportunity fire. And holy hell, dude, can we talk about how survivable that would not be?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's,
Alright. Okay, so instead of that, these guys are gonna, fall back a little bit. Maybe I'll get lucky next turn. Okay. Oh, why am I moving my guys first? Oh well. That was the only ambivalent movement. Now we go to your movement.
cool. The guys in 08, the friendlies there.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep, they'll move 3 to the north.
Okay. Next group.
The group of 3 guys in the building there, the 3 friendlies there.
Yep.
They'll move 3 to the north as well. Yep.
He's just daring me to shoot these guys. Actually, right now I've got no line of sight. Okay. You got some more militia here.
Yep, they'll go to M5.
Your interpreter before we forget about him.
Yep, he'll go 3 to the north.
Okay, then you got 2 teams of actual SAS operators.
So they'll go to Q5.
Q5. Gotcha.
Northeast, yep.
Flank them. Alright, then we got this team over here in Juliet 5.
So they'll go to K3.
Kilo 3. Move it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's totally, double pincering my little hut here. I see what's coming. Last stand time, dude.
Yep.
Alrighty. What else is going on here? That was going to be it for movement. There was no opportunity fire. I kind of made sure I had no, whatchamacallit in there. Operator pedestrian move. We did that. Interpreter checks. No. No. Medic checks. No. Operator small arms. I don't think there's any line of sight.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think you want to shoot at them. Militia small arms. No. Close combat. No. Okay, cool. Turn 8. Well, this one's going the distance. I'll say that much. Okay, over here to the street events table. Determine threat level. There's no gunfire, no explosions. I think you're still on the street.
I think so, yeah. Yep.
So -1 for that. No interpreter check, no +1 for no gunfire, so it's going to be a wash. All right, 2d6 for you, sir. No modifier.
6.
6 is stable, no change. So it's still quiet. Over here to the street event table, roll 1d6, add 1 to the result for being quiet.
3.
3 becomes a 4, no new militia in the street.
Cool.
No worries. I'm waiting for a friggin' friendly battle tank to show up and just... Oh, we heard Reinhold was here. Oh, never mind, he's already dead. Or whatever his name is, Ronaldo. Alright, so we now go to ambivalent movement. So... we have 1 ambivalent hex on the table there in Mike 1. Mr. Dice Tray. Okay, get the dice box centered. Odds, he works for you. He works for you.
And he's out of there.
These guys say, oh, we've seen enough. That other team got blown up by a grenade. We're leaving. Alright, now the game comes down to just these two. Oh no. I think I might have them just run off the table. In fact, you know what? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, they run off the table. And what happens immediately after that is whatchamacallit, is turn. Militia movement. And that's it. There are no more H's on the table. You've taken 1 fatality, which would kind of lose you the game, except you've also captured Ronaldo. So that kind of brings it back to a narrow, but nevertheless totally undeniable SAS victory.
Ooh, very good.
There you go.
That's pretty close there at the end. That was...
Yeah, once they hole up and just sheer amount of bullets, someone's going to get lucky sooner or later. There are counter tactics for that. There are like little rules sometimes for smoke grenades that kind of... I mean, Demon was actually assaulting hexes like that, and assaults get nasty. I was trying to get... You took away half my squads, like almost right off the bat. Once I only had 2 squads, I couldn't do this anymore. But when
that was
the
pretty
insurgent
lucky.
when the insurgent player has more than 2 squads, or fire teams, whatever you want to call it, you can like send in 1 fire team to just die. They just eat up all the opportunity fire, and the second team runs in there and assaults. And operators versus insurgents in a knife fight, I mean, operators will still win, but when it's 4 versus 4, one of those insurgents is going to get lucky and stick somebody, where they don't want to get stuck. So that's one big, phase. When you're playing the insurgents in these games, you just make peace with the fact that you're going to get tabled. That's literally, the game cannot end until they're tabled. Like down here to the victory conditions, it's literally expected. The Australians must eliminate the entire enemy force. You're going to get tabled. It's asymmetrical warfare. It's how long does it take, and can I get the high value target off the table, which this time I could not, because I was a fool. I could have run when I had the chance. Dude, if I had run when I had the chance, I would have won that game. Because this hex, what the hell was it, Kilo 2, still killed your sniper down here November 6th, and Ronaldo would have been off the table. I would have won that game. Instead, I tried to hang around and steal back that squad, and that squad wound up not doing anything anyway. Although, if that RPG had just sent 1 rocket into that hex, that would have been pretty. That's what happens when you hope. The moral of the day, don't hope. Just run while you can. Modern war is too cruel. It is not the place for hope. Just run or die. Oh, man. But, yeah, those were some of the fire lanes for that last part of the battle there. Cool. Sweet. So congratulations, Mr. Damon. You did not let down the ANZACs on ANZAC Day. Good job. And I don't think they lost anybody in the raid, so that was kind of bad. However, I do know historically they did not capture this guy at the Battle of Same, historically. So it was a little bloodier than the real event, but you did actually capture the guy. So maybe if the real event had gone down like this, they would have gone home a little bit sooner. Because as it is, this guy didn't go down until sometime in 2008. Alfredo Rinaldi, if I'm saying his name right. Ronaldo. Hold on, I've got it written down. Where is he at? Come on! Yeah, that guy. That's really him. You can Google him, or you can, do a quick Wikipedia search on him. Yeah, he caused a lot of trouble in 2006, 7, and 8. 8. It's the research gets very foggy on how he actually finally went down. Something about an assassination attempt. I think he was trying to kill somebody important, and it didn't go out. It didn't go well for him. So, yeah, all that mess is now out of the way because you captured him here at the Battle of Same. So if I zoom in, that's the actual town where this battle really took place. I think sometime in early March 2007. I'll have to look that up. Definitely 2007. Pretty sure it was March. Cool. So congratulations, Mr. Damon, and thanks very much for everyone in the chat. Let me check out the chat here super fast. Oh, Rasmus has finally joined us. Rasmus says hello. Looks like you might catch the end. Yes, you were here and you caught the end at the very end. No worries here. Because Science Teacher, I'm glad this isn't going to be a total route. I think you meant route. This isn't going to be a total route. No, I came close. I came actually really close. And if that RPG had just squeezed off one rocket, that could have done it. And to be frank, I kind of could have at least forced a draw. If I had just run when I had the chance. Of course, this is knowing, hindsight is 2020. Knowing that I was going to actually kill that SAS sniper down there by the villa. That would have been Ronaldo escaped. Ronaldo escaped and one SAS fatality. That would have been, that would have been a good outcome for the rebels. I won't say sweet because sensitive, but that would have been a good result for the rebels here in our war game. So Jim almost won. Yeah, no worries. I came damn close. So now I've got in my recent games, I've got 2 wins, 1 tie, 1 draw, and a narrow loss. So there you go, Damon. Dylan, you're the first guy to actually beat me in the better part of a month.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, I almost always lose this game, but that's fine. All right, guys. Super appreciate everybody coming out. We've now been up for almost 3 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and shut down Mr. Stream. One more time, we totally appreciate everybody's support. Thanks very much. Like, comment, and subscribe. You all know the drill. You guys are probably already subscribed if you're listening to the chat, especially at this point of the stream. If not, please consider subscribing and tell your friends, especially when these gaming clubs start to reopen in the wake of COVID. Guys, if your gaming club is starting to come back to life a little bit, let people know, man. We run games every week. We've got merch. That's awesome to check out. We have a podcast every 2 weeks. We've got hobby videos coming out with Bill and Marty and the whole Chicago team. We've got miniature games that we actually try to film here on the web. That's kind of difficult, but we are getting better at it. And so tell everybody about it. Let us know if we get any more subscribers. Then again, any kind of support, comments, likes, subscribes, just hanging out with us on stream, honestly makes it all worthwhile. So we definitely appreciate that. Because Science Teacher, we even do book reviews. Hey, who's this we? Because Science Teacher. Actually, that's not true. Jen gets. Now I'm not going to be able to find it now. Jen wins the award for Girlfriend of the Year. Let me see if I can even get this going now. It may be a little too late here on... Oof, I'm taking a chance here, guys. Okay, so here we go, guys. Jen wins Girlfriend of the Year. So in our recent Ariskanes recommended reading list, I was showing my copy of Red Army, the best World War III techno-thriller novel ever written. All respect to Ralph. No, I'm sorry. This is Ralph Peters. All respect to Harold Coyle and Team Yankee. This kind of blows it out of the water. And it definitely blows Red Storm Rising out of the water. Red Storm Rising, I wouldn't wipe my ass with Red Storm Rising. But my copy of Red Army, I had read it literally to pieces. I have had that book for 20 years, and I've read it and read it and read it until it literally disintegrates. And I went to show it on the stream a couple weeks ago for our recommended reading list. It didn't even have a cover anymore. And I was like, guys, I know I'm making it look like a piece of shit here because I can't show a decent copy of the book. And behind my back, Jen went out and bought me a brand new copy of Red Army, so that's awesome. That's the kind of support we're talking about, guys. Just kidding. No reason to buy me things. Because Science Teacher says we're trying to talk Jim into doing movie reviews. Because Science Teacher, that's never going to happen. There are other people who do movie reviews much better than I do already. Dude, we're friggin' talking to one. Dylan, you've done like Waterloo on your channel, another historian wargamer?
Yeah, I've done Waterloo. I did film one for the Patriot.
Oh my
God. It was
3
hours long.
Oh.
I walked away for 20 minutes and just forgot to turn the... I just completely walked away. I couldn't stand it anymore. I don't think I'll ever...
See what I mean?
I may edit that at some point, but it would probably take a week. But maybe one day. But there is more stuff planned. But yeah, I tried doing the Patriot, but I couldn't do it.
It's like a Red Letter Media review. The video shitting on it is longer than the movie itself.
Yeah, it was bad. It's really bad.
It's one of the worst ever. It's one of they literally don't know how to count to 4.
They have exploding cannonballs and non-exploding cannonballs in the same scene.
Yeah, 1776. They show the guy signing up right after the Declaration of Independence was voted on, not even ratified. So it's definitely 76. And then they show the fall of Charleston in 1780, and he writes in his letter, "It's been a hard 2 years." What the? You literally can't count to 4. 1780 minus 76 is 4. You've been gone for 4 years. Whatever. And the fact that that movie was based on Francis Marion. Now, at least they had the sense to change that.
Yes, I really like Francis Marion. His story, so that really annoyed me. I mentioned that a couple of times, but yeah, I don't think that'll ever see the light of day.
Not exactly a model American there.
No, not a good guy, but an interesting. Yeah.
No, and I know the original draft of that script was originally going to be like, the Mel Gibson character was going to be a Francis Marion sort of a biopic, and then dude, when Mel Gibson says this guy's out of control, that tells you something.
Yeah,
we all know about Mel Gibson in the press, and when Mel Gibson says this guy is kind of a racist, I probably shouldn't portray him on screen. Mel Gibson said that. What does that tell you about this guy? But anyway, at least they saw that. That battle at the end was originally supposed to be the Battle of Cowpens. They left it suspiciously unnamed. Yeah, that's not Cowpens at all. But it's
officers totally deal with flags in combat. That always happens.
Yeah, it's like I won't even say it's a combination of garbage is what it is. But I think they were kind of going for Cowpens plus Guilford Courthouse plus I don't even know what else. It doesn't matter because it's all trash. No, this is why I will not do. This is why I will not do movie reviews because I will literally lose my mind. Because Science Teacher says me and Dylan we should do our own Batwoman stream. So she's referring to Heel versus Babyface, who literally loses his mind every time he reviews another episode of Batwoman. It's like it literally gives him brain cancer, and he's like screaming into the mic. He's like, "Why do you still review this?" He's like, "Because you people get this perverse joy out of watching me lose my shit." This is what these guys are trying to do to make me review movies like The Patriot and Braveheart and Pearl Harbor. And no, it's never going to happen. Because Science Teacher, Rasmus says Mel Gibson in history, not a good mix. No, not at all. And that goes across the board, man. Braveheart, it's not little detail stuff. He doesn't look like that. He doesn't talk like that. And
They took Stirling Bridge and took out the bridge.
they took
Like
out the bridge. That he hooks up with you
the
got
Prince
no.
of France, who was like 4.
Who
She
was
was like a
even,
child.
was she even born yet? She was in the other country. She hadn't even been to this country yet. She hadn't even been to England yet. And even if all that was true, she at the end of the movie implies that she got knocked up with Homeboy's kid, with Mel Gibson's kid. So what you're basically saying now, and how much you know about Scottish history, that Mel Gibson is the father of Edward III? That makes him the greatest villain in Scottish history, because look what Edward III does to... Oh my god, dude.
And Edward II dies in bed instead of on campaign. Like, it makes no sense.
Mel Gibson's wearing a kilt, he's got the long scraggly hair, and he's like all
wearing word
blue-faced.
paint. Like,
No, dude, he was a knight. He wore armor like everyone else. He had, whatever. See,
he's a nobleman. Like,
this is what you guys are trying to do. See, you are reviewing movies. No, we're not. We're raving. And I'm only talking because I've got an ally. I've got somebody in my corner here. But, oh my god. You guys have now pushed the stream over 4 hours. Damn it. Alright, I'm seriously taking off, guys. Thanks very much, everyone. Stop trying to get me to talk about movies. For now, this is Risking the Gym with the Sitrep podcast. Thank you one more time. Again, Dylan, for helping us out. And also, check out his channel. It is, am I getting it right? It's another historian wargamer, correct?
perfect. Yep.
I always sometimes I see another wargaming historian. It's another historian wargamer. He looks at a lot of Black Powder games, Napoleonic stuff, Sharps rifles, muskets and tomahawks, and your musical deep dives are a lot of fun too. Taking a look.
Oh, cool! I'm glad someone enjoys them. Yeah.
Yeah, taking a look at the like old songs from God knows when, like the theme song to it was Over the Hills and Far Away was the last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Like the song that you hear at the end of a Sharps Rifles episode. They didn't make that up for the show. That's an actual historical show, historical piece of music, and it goes through different editions and stuff like that. So that's definitely awesome. Okay, guys, we're definitely gone this time. Thanks for your support. Thank you very much, Dylan. We'll be in touch on Wednesday at the latest. But for now, we're logging off. Take care, and we'll be in touch very soon. Take care, everybody.